I mean, unfortunately, he's not wrong.
Well, here we
Warhammer.
are
Well,
again,
no. It's fine.
surrounded
You
by goobers, starting the stream on a Friday, doing the thing,
So,
stretching the legs, getting yourself
Fucking
ready to
bitches
go.
getting monies.
Fucking pit. No, none of that. That's not allowed here.
No fucking
Okay,
bitches
Grim.
getting monies.
No.
Are you ready for my question?
Oh, God.
Sure. Cactus, who is here, is going to be starting us off with a question.
Ooh. Do you think Slanesh calls Nurgle daddy?
I hate
Oh
you.
my.
I passed that question.
What?
I hate everything you just said.
I can't imagine that if they do, they would be having a hard time choking back bile.
I mean, think
Oh.
about it. Like, Slanesh is the god or goddess of fucking horniness and
Are
all
we
things
gonna
lewd.
be creepless
We're really
listless?
jumping into this, huh? We're really going to just be jumping headfirst into this whole situation.
You
Okay. All right. The answer is I don't know and I don't care. Because it's terrifying to think about. Past
Poor
that
Daddy.
point, I hate everything. Anyway, stretch my legs,
It's
check my water.
It's what happens when you take the ugly bastard tag too far.
Oh.
Is it just the three of us today, or four of us? Because I can't count.
Yeah, since you can't count it as the four of you. Rage said something came up and Bird's still at work.
We're missing Mr. Creed.
Yes, I'm not sure if Blackman's going to be jumping in.
Uh-oh.
Just because I haven't... Oh, nope. Speak of the devil. There he is. See, you said his name too many times, Jenna.
There he is.
You've doomed us all.
You've doomed us. Ah. Alright, so... who wants to try and do a recap for an inspiration?
I will happily do it. Let's get this.
Alright, I want to hear. Alright, so Cactus is going to give you guys the recap this time.
So, there we were in the wild, right?
And that's an
bam.
immediate shut the fuck up. That's
Out and about. We were starting our attack on the fortress, trying to figure out how we're going to infiltrate it. We did honestly came up with some really spicy plans, and then we eventually settled on the old switch and bait, where we decided we were going to take
bait and
Creed.
switch.
Bait. I like bait and switch and bait more. But we were going to tie up Creed and trade him in for a bounty.
Ooh, we're
Which-
tied up Creed.
Which, honestly, it worked out pretty well right up until the time it didn't. But we did manage to get inside after some intense negotiations and intimidation and me scrambling to figure some shit out.
Oh, Cactus, I bet you did get inside of Creed.
And I climbed.
While we were doing that, our two kitty people climbed their way up and started just shanking the shit out of people
Stabby, stabby, stabby,
on
stabby.
some Assassin's Creed type shit. Meanwhile, the rest of the party and myself specifically were contemplating all possible meaning of I'm about to have an aneurysm
Because what did
And
you
I'm a
forget?
bunny in a backpack.
because we have I forgot my papers.
You forgot the
Yeah,
papers
you didn't have the
for your
wanted
bounty
poster.
that you were trying to turn in.
So, because apparently we found the one group of bandits that's like an absolute jawohl for fucking papers, please.
It's
Ich bin
literally
der
just a
Katze
business
Lieber.
transaction. It's not even jawohl for papers. It's literally, okay, you want to prove that you're bringing this guy in. Okay, where's the proof of wanted? Where's the proof of bounty? Okay, cool. You have your flyer, not even your paperwork. Do you have his wanted poster? Do you have an order? And then Jenna is a bunny in a backpack, just chilling, being weird.
Me contemplating every possible meaning of the word. I'm about to have a seizure.
Uh-huh.
I'm just a bunny in a backpack. I do no wrong. I didn't even bite him this time.
You didn't. Surprisingly. So,
He is delicious.
to wrap everything up as to what was said, is that the party decided to take on the fort. And so what they did is, like Cactus said, is that they scouted it, they found a way to get inside, and as Cactus had the wonderful plan of trying to go through the front gate with Nez taking a different shape and using Creed as a prisoner, They were able to get inside after almost failing every single possible check necessary to do so, and then once inside, found out that they couldn't really turn in the bounty because they didn't have the paperwork in play. So as Yuri nearly had an aneurysm where he stood, Nameless and Okros went about dealing with the animated, ballistas and guardsmen on the top of the building. And as they were dealing with them, disabling them to the best of their ability, a loud crash startled the party as a large creature came barreling through the gates, with it being followed by a number of smaller zombies that's going to be trailing quite quickly behind.
Yes, sir.
So we start here with our dear players. There it is. The creature you face, you have not heard of or seen before. It is something akin of a bear mixed with another beast. Standing something to the tune of 15 or so feet tall. Its skin is coming off in certain areas. Its rib cage is exposed in bony shards. It has large claws coming out of both of its front arms, and its spine seems to become sharpened and pointed. It just seems to be vicious and primordial, almost. Its eyes a blood red, green miasma pouring out of its orifices and out of the chest cavity that is exposed because of the broken ribs. It's just the grinding and cracking of bones as it approaches. Something of just unsettling noises that shouldn't be heard by a creature just follows it with every step as it's just smelling and looking, and its blood-soaked maw seems yearning to continue killing whatever is around it. The four of you, Nez, Creed, Aura, and Yuri, hear this commotion as it barrels through the gate. Unfortunately, only one person witnesses the event in full respect, and that is Okros. Okros sees this creature break through the front gate with ease, leading behind it a small horde of zombies and other smaller undead behind it. On its rearing itself up on its hind legs, it seems to try and break down the door to the central building, trying to reach for the walls above it, trying to lay its claws into it. Its rib cage bones that are jagged and splintered, seeming to open and crack shut as they flex as it walks. And it turns its head up towards the rooftop to stare back at a lion folk that is staring down at it.
Oh, well, this is awkward.
I
Well,
will remain a bunny in a backpack. Y'all are on your own.
So, Okros, while you were locked eyes with the monster, the rest of you hear the crash, and you hear the people inside running with great swiftness towards the front gate, screaming over that something is the matter. Something has broken through the gates. We are under attack, as everyone scrambles to figure out what exactly it is. The soldiers that stood below you have run away in fear of something. The floors that you were on are empty. You hear footsteps running in all directions as the screaming continues, the yelling, the bells being rung. Just the sound fills the air as if chaos itself has erupted upon this land. And the four of you know something is wrong. Okros, as you stand upon the rooftop, you see those guards that you were trying to face down before have all begun to run to the edge of the roof near the ballistas. The ballistas turning themselves against the monster. Some of them even find themselves standing up and moving.
And the rest of the party had just come up onto the roof, right?
They're in this stairwell that just has windows, no doors.
Did you just say the ballistas got up and walked?
Maybe.
I don't like. I really didn't like that.
Well, I guess I don't see them then, so I'm just gonna rush towards the. Do I see the stairwell?
You see these two spires kind of in the side that, as you had gone past them with Nameless, you did notice there are stairways inside of it.
I'm gonna head towards the nearest one to me then.
Alright, so it's this one here.
Yes.
So you run past the viewpoint of one of the guards as you had disabled the ballista that you were just standing at. Its body
Right.
throwing itself furiously in all directions before falling off the roof. And as you run past, you see one of the ballistas moving closer with very strange folding legs. As this guard is running quickly, he sees you and just doesn't seem to register he double takes. And by the time he looks at you again, you've already jumped through the window and into the stairwell.
Oh, good. Alright. And I guess from in the stairwell, I'm going to bellow to see if they can hear me. Be like, guys, we've got company! If they happen to be.
Hello?
I don't think they are, but you know. I don't know that.
Is this thing undead? I need to know this for based on my plans.
Alright, say again.
Is this thing undead? I need to know for my plans.
You wouldn't know that, because you don't even know what the creature looks like. You're still inside
I'm the only
building.
one who does. And I haven't found you yet.
He ain't found you yet.
So, question:
Sure.
are we still standing with one of these not bandits, or are we separated from all of them?
We are separate from all of them. We're in in the top of a stairwell by ourselves.
Yeah, you four are in one stairwell, and then to the western stairwell, you hear Okros kind of yell down, but you don't know if he's over there.
I assume we can hear the alarms, though.
Yes, you hear the alarms and everything going on.
Well, suppose it's time to. The plan goes around. Undo the bindings, please.
Done.
IKEA. And is there a window outside?
There are windows at the level of the floor you're on, but all you see is the stairwell to your west.
Well, pretty straightforward. I'm gonna go kill. He hears the reports that the fort's in danger, and well, he may not like these people. Instinct is instinct.
Probably banding together with their people. Can I unwild shape from a rabbit real quick?
Sure. Are you gonna get out?
You
of the
get the fuck out of my
backpack
bag first.
Yep. I'll shoot.
Well-
Not letting that happen again.
Considering his
Well,
bag
the
is
back
probably,
shouldn't rip now.
I was gonna say, considering his bag is probably like fastened shut, I'm gonna like kick my feet against his back to get him to open it first.
I pull out the rabbit and put the rabbit down.
Rabbit and wild shapes into aura. Hello!
Yeah, I mean, you do the thing.
I did the thing. I am now human again.
You are
Yay.
now human again.
I can speak it.
Mostly.
Are you though?
Did you say mostly?
So
Yeah.
both groups of you,
No.
so Okros and the four of you, you all go down a level in the stairwell as you guys are kind of moving towards the alarms.
Where are we going? I'm trying to follow it on the map.
You're in the big thing up here.
I'm looking at the big thing up here.
You're in
Big
the
thing turned into little
stairwells.
thing.
You go
Yes,
down another level of stairwells. Okros, there is no door for you, but there's a door for the four goobers.
No door for
I keep going down.
You keep going down. Alright, so you keep on running. You guys just hear thunderous thumping from the western stairwell as something large and agitated is just like sprinting down the stairs.
Wonder if that's our lion folk.
Where the fuck's a door when you
You
need
get
one?
down to the bottom floor and you... The fuck? Oh, hi, stink bug. What the fuck?
Oh no!
Oh,
Random
God.
side note: I didn't know this was. I didn't know this was a thing. New Assassin's Creed game is out.
Like, I looked at the
Mirage.
camera.
Wait, what?
I,
Oh, nice.
I looked at the camera and I was like, why is there a fuzzy on the camera? And I looked at Stink Macron and was like, bing! Get the fuck out of here.
I tabbed over your stream just in time to see the top right corner of your webcam. Just a
Out
little
of character to answer Carson's message. I was at work yesterday, Carson. I apologize for not being here.
So, you four exit on the third floor into the main chamber. Okros, you keep on going until you get to the bottom floor, and then you enter the main chamber.
Alright.
He's still by himself.
Look around, I guess.
You see that if there were people here, they are now gone. Where they have gone, you don't know.
I'm going to be very frustrated and just shout, "Where the fuck is everybody?"
As you're hearing just like screaming and weapons clashing outside.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know that the enemies are outside, but I don't know where my friends are.
Can we hear him screaming?
You hear Okros a floor so below you just going, "Where the fuck is everybody?"
Well, guys, guess we better keep going down. Because I think our dear friend Okros is below us. Laura's gonna go down the stairs by herself because the boys aren't answering me.
So yeah, you guys, as a group, just continue down the stairs, I would imagine, as you hear Okros yelling. And you guys finally get down to him as Okros is pacing the large room on the ground floor, looking for who is anywhere, as you see the rest of the party come down the stairs.
Stop!
Oh. Of course it was the other stairwell. Hello. Yeah, we've got trouble outside. There's a really giant undead thing.
It's undead.
It looks undead.
Think I could talk to it?
I
Why
doubt.
the fuck do you want
It-
to talk to the undead?
His friends.
Or- What?
You're gonna talk to another animal again?
Well, maybe it'll work this time.
I don't think it'll work on this one. This one's way bigger than the bear.
Fine. I won't talk to it. Might poke it with a stick, but I won't talk to it.
All right.
Hey, Grim.
Yeah.
Let's see a question. Is its icon to scale?
Yeah, it's a large creature.
Fuck. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's a huge creature. My mistake. It's a huge creature.
Girth.
With
Big,
zombies.
big girth.
Bigger.
It's a
Everyone loves
big
the big girth.
chungus. Big
Everyone loves
old
big
chungus.
Yeah. The girthier, the better.
That's what she said.
Wow.
Phrasing. Where the fuck is Raph or Sean to just play the fucking phrasing quip?
I did it for 90 in person.
So, you guys are on the ground floor.
What?
You guys
Oh,
know
is it
where the
not-
door is to exit.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize that my voice mod wasn't working on Discord.
Yeah, no.
silly bitch.
It says it's on voice mod, but I have it turned on. Oh, well, I guess I need to restart voice mod.
But yeah, you guys meet each other in the
Can
ground
I just
floor.
like blast through the wall? Like,
What do you
I
mean
don't care.
blast through the wall?
I'm
What are you
looking
gonna
at my-
blast it with?
I'm looking at my spell. Leave me alone. Let me look at my
You can
spell.
clearly see the door you came in and a door to the west.
That's not fun. I wanna
And then a
play.
door to your south. Specifically 2 doors.
That's not fun. I want to break things. I can't break things. Dang it.
So anyway, she started blasting.
Anyway, she started blasting.
Where's Nameless with his rifle when you need him?
Grim, I miss Zarya.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Who the hell is Mario?
A friend of ours.
Mm. Okay, there's doors.
What are you guys doing?
Going outside, preferably.
Making
Okay.
coffee.
Which way do you want to go outside? Because
I'll let the
you
boys
have
choose.
the door
Whatever.
that you came in when you came through the main gate, which is to the north, and you have doors to your south and to your west.
I'll let the boys choose, because then if it's wrong, it's not my fault.
Damn.
Sweet Jehovah Witness, what the hell?
Needs to learn.
I see.
The boys pick a door, any door.
Okros, where was the beast that you saw?
To the west.
Yes, to the
The
west.
ways. Well, ways.
So the
Wow,
midday.
where's the...
This stuff? It's
Yeah, to the west. Yes.
To the west, to the west. Everything you own in the box to the
Word.
west. In the closet, that's my stuff. Sorry, I'm sorry, stuff. Anyways,
Trying to figure
I'm
out where
following
he's sending us
Okra.
right now.
Alright, so, Okros, you pop the door.
Yeah.
You find a hallway with a window,
Window.
and you can clearly see the monster through said window.
I just turn back and point and go, see?
Oh yeah, no, I'm not talking to that.
Oh. Goes back around corner.
Can we get rid of it real quick? Like, kill. Let's kill.
Indeed.
Here, hey Yuri, you're up first.
What? What am I doing?
You kill first.
Oh, okay. You want me to go out there and draw attention to die first. Okay, cool. I see how it
Yes.
is. Look, just because I am undead does not mean I cannot die.
The pretty ones go first.
Yes. Shut the fuck.
Fine. I'm gonna open the door. I was opening the fucking door.
Alright, so Aura's opening the fucking door. And as you open the fucking door, you find yourself face to face with this large creature surrounded by multiple mobs of what looks to be zombies around its legs. Some of them who get a little bit too close are simply picked up and eaten by the monster by placing them inside of its ribcage where the bones snap shut, squelching and crushing whatever goes inside.
Ooh. Ooh, what this crunchy sound?
Well, boys gonna crack her fingers and be like, "Hey, let's go, boys." You Shania Twain.
Or we could humor me. We could just fucking wait a little bit or leave, let them two fight it out, come back and kill whatever's left.
You think that's gonna work, Yuri? You think? Since when has waiting it out ever worked for us? We damn near got blown. Well, y'all damn near got blown up in the last time you wanted to wait it out.
Do you
This
have
is a
weapon?
considerably different suggestion.
Do you have weapon that can kill that?
I have tingly fingies.
Yeah, tingly. You can have fun with that. I have nothing to kill that.
Tingle fingies.
After seeing it consume things, I am hesitant to get close to it.
Don't get close to it.
I have to get close to it to hit it.
That's his
Oh,
main thing to do.
That's like his
Well-
one thing.
Oh, let's see real quick. Let's see real quick. Doesn't Okros have a big ass fucking battle hammer or warhammer?
Yeah, he has a maul.
But he has to
A great maul
he has to get close
specifically.
to hit it. And if this
No,
thing
no.
is undead, my tingle fingers can't use what my tingle fingers wanted to use.
It is very clearly undead. Though
Yeah.
I do have thought. Okros, friend,
You think?
more than you ever will.
Oh,
How hard do you think you could hit something? Like if you
You're
really,
asking about the
really.
structure.
No, I'm thinking. Well, I mean, that too. That gives me an idea. No, I was thinking maybe you could hit it hard enough to break ribs. If break ribs, it no crunch, it no eat, which would in theory help us and therefore help them.
I'm not sure I can reach the ribs.
miasma's magic, right?
Yes.
Try.
You guys are all currently still inside the main building, looking out at this monster, strategizing your plan of what you would like to do. You see that
Can I bring
soldiers.
out Lucifer?
Yeah, I mean, he's
I would
just
like
like
to
on your
dispel
back.
magic, please.
Okay.
Am I within 120 feet of this creature?
Give me a wisdom save really quickly, or wisdom check. Not a save, a check.
Wisdom.
Yes.
4. Fucking 4.
Oh, you think this is a great idea?
I
You
was
think
dumb.
nothing could possibly go wrong with this idea?
No, I asked
so,
if I was within 100.
oh, I
asked
know.
If I was within 120 feet. Of
I am
this.
aware of what you were asking, and I
Oh,
wanted to see
okay.
if Aura would pull herself out of the situation or not, and you have not. So, in that essence,
I'm casting it.
you are casting it.
I have to roll you a spell die.
You do have to roll me a spell die.
It is third level.
Yep.
Oh dear.
I'm getting away from her.
5. I'm within the thing.
You're within the thing. You don't cause any massive problems. You go to dispel magic around you, and you push this wave away from you as you're trying to remove whatever is there, and it hits the monster, and the green fog seems to fade, but it continues moving. Its eyes glow a brighter red as the fog fades. It rears itself back and lets out this terrifying scream just this scream of hatred, of hunger, of violence, as you suddenly come to the realization you just let it off its leash.
Oh, fuck. Of course I did, because who else would do that? Who else would do that, right?
Is it possible to counterspell a counterspell? We're gonna blue magic deck this bullshit.
Are you going to try and counterspell her thing? Well, it's a little meta for you to try and dispel her magic. I mean, so you could see her trying to attempt to cast Dispel Magic on the monster, but I don't think you would know.
I just want to know if it's mechanically possible.
It is if you knew what she was doing, like if she announced it beforehand. But because she just said, I have tingly fingies, and started, like, making movements and words at the creature, you don't know what the fuck she's doing.
Just imagine a freaking fish elf now. I got tingly fingers!
And then just, you all see from inside the fort, you see the fog fade away as it begins to rage and starts ripping through the zombies around it and soldiers alike. You see it pick up one of the bandit captains and simply just pull him in half, stretching his entrails like a string between two cups.
Didn't like that one anyways.
Okay, here new plan. Shut fucking door. It is now rampaging apparently. Shut fucking door. Let it kill all of undead, and then we wait and see how many ballistas we can fire into its fucking face.
But tingly fingies.
Fuck your fingies.
You hear the ballistas firing from above. You hear the trademark swip and clonking of dials as you're pulling and firing, pulling and firing. You hear the screams of soldiers that are just being eviscerated. You hear the sounds of zombies being squelched as it seems to pick them up whenever it takes a wound, pick up a zombie, throw it into its rib cage with a sickening crunch, a sickening squelching noise. My head, where is all my... Ah! I left all my things. I don't know where they've gone. I am sad now. Here it is. This was looking for. Don't run. Thank you. Great. So you hear it running about and cracking things and pulling things apart. Sickening noises and crunches and breaks happening as it continues to just rampage through the undead horde and soldiers alike.
So eating things heals it, especially if they're undead zombies. So maybe once he runs out of zombies to eat, he can't be healed anymore. And then I can use tingly fingies.
We try to lure some of the zombies away from it.
I mean, you guys are in a central room of the fort. The fight is outside, and you are nowhere close to it right now. The sounds of battle are drowning out most of the sound that you would be making is drowned out by whatever is happening outside.
Can I look around for anything that might be useful?
You see scattered papers, you see scattered gear, dirty bunks, dirty cots, leftover food on tables, broken weapons, things along that line that are just scattered about this room. You could probably find some if you were trying to make...
I was trying to make something. Well, we might need barricades. Can I form any barricades out of the stuff?
Wouldn't that be more of a stealth thing? Or Nez, sorry, not Steve.
Aha! It is no longer being La Dame. I fixed it.
Oh,
Yay me.
excellent.
So, yeah, there's probably stuff in here that you can use to make barricades without much issue. If that's what you're looking for. If you're looking to make noise, it's also something you can do.
Why would we
Alright.
want to make noise? I've just let this freaker beast off a fucking leash.
And it's surrounded by things that can heal it. If we make noise, we could possibly distract them, or we could either fortify and wait.
True. Okay.
And it's also possible those things are here for us, maybe.
Well, second, I need
Because
to
they
turn
only
you up
showed
here
up
very
just
quick.
after we got in.
Everything in
Oh,
this
quiet.
game is out to kill us.
Yeah, that one, you should look in.
So as you all stay inside, planning and thinking, trying to figure out what you can do and how you can do it. The noise from the demon still echoes outside as the snarling and snapping of bones echoes throughout the courtyard. Most of the soldiers have died, minus the ones that are on the top of the roof firing down on it with bows and what they can. You have heard the crushing of walls as it has thrown its weight through it, breaking through multiple areas and corners of building that just had to have someone inside that it wished to pull out and consume. The zombies are continuing to push forward as well. The shambling horde just pushing ever closer. The noises they make constantly reaching out as they mindlessly march forward past the monster and towards the gates of the main building. You realize that you are running out of time.
Perhaps we should just
You say you want to wait?
way to fight this.
Cannon emplacement on the roof. Lure it to front of building. Cannons face inward. Lure it to get it to the front of the building. Draw it out. One of you fires cannons at it.
Cannons?
At this point, yes, on the roof. Were you not paying attention when we first walked in?
Or a ballista. I didn't see cannons.
No, they were cannons.
So this fort is important because Okosh, you would have seen it when you came onto the roof. This fort is important because it has 6 massive artillery guns.
Oh.
That is the whole reason you guys are trying to take back the fort.
I just knew the fort was important. I forgot about the guns.
You silly person.
Well, shit. That could work.
So that means we gotta go back upstairs.
Okay.
Okay, upstairs we go.
Alright. So you all quickly gather yourselves with a plan in play, and you head up the stairs towards the roof. As you head up towards the roof, you know, as you've gone up there multiple times now, that there is no real good way to get onto the rooftop from the stairway you are on. You have to go through the window. But it's big enough for all of you to fit one at a time onto the rooftop. But unfortunately, you do see there's still a space between the central building and the actual walls of the battlement that you're trying to get onto.
I would like to roll out of acrobatics to jump.
So you look towards the space and you feel like you can make it. Go ahead and give me a roll.
That's a 30.
So
Nice.
you're able to, with a running leap, get yourself up and across and simply scale up the wall to get yourself onto the battlement. And you now stand on the outer wall of the fort, where you see that it is a hexagonal wall set up with 6 points that all hold these massive cannons that you saw when you came in. And you, looking at the Muri, believe that either firing it up enough or down enough may be beneficial and may solve this problem you're dealing with. But you do see something unfortunate on the horizon. On the top of the battlements, as the rest of the party looks to cross as well, you see that what you're dealing with is the tip of the spear. You seem to have found yourself in your own version of Helm's Deep. Where around you, surrounding, are creatures of undeath and nightmare. Claws and jaws snapping. The sounds emanating from the grounds. Something to behold. As they all slowly continue making their march towards the fort you stand on.
There's zero way out of this. Got it.
You find that whatever has surrounded you is covered by a thick green fog emanating from the outer woodlands that surround the fort. These creatures coming out of the ground and from beneath, between the trees of all sizes. You see some of the same trolls that you had faced earlier. You see some of the shamblers that you've dealt with. You see ghouls and ghast and other creatures you've never seen. And the worst part, you see more of the monster you currently face inside your own walls.
Of course we do.
And it surrounds the fort. A sea of undeath now stands between you and getting out of here in one piece.
I don't fucking know what to do. Last time I tried to cast a massive spell, I ended up causing fucking dodge the lightning bolt.
Give me perception, Mr. Yuri.
Duh. It is not very high though.
That's okay.
16. Not bad.
So, amongst the crowd, you see a throne or almost a rolling chariot made of bones and corpses being pulled by large creatures that slowly shamble, looking almost like ogres that have been repurposed as mules, so to speak. Upon this throne of bones and corpses, you see a shape of a person. Skulls and bones drape over their cloaks. They look very much like a necromancer. At first glance, as you see it, you can tell, at least at the lowest point, that it is not Max. It is not the Undying King you've heard of. It seems to be someone with more presentation in mind. He seems to be surrounded by lieutenants of necrotic energy, cloaked and caped figures that stand much taller than the rest of the monsters around him.
And what do I roll to see if I can tell who he is, or do I not see him?
You all see the sea of undead as you now have made it across the space. And you see the chariot as Yuri points it out to all of you. You also see that you are surrounded.
What do I roll to see if I can figure out who it is?
Are you trying to see who it is or figure it out? Are you using your brain or your eyes?
You said we can see him, so I would imagine I would use my brain.
Okay, you're using your brain. Great.
So wisdom.
Yes, wisdom.
Wisdom?
Wisdom?
Don't fail me now, wisdom. 11. Wisdom failed me now.
Okay, so you can figure out that this must be someone of high ranking in this region. You're not entirely sure who, but it has to be someone powerful. And it doesn't look like the man you met at Keeper's Tomb. Or at least, Creed does not point out it is the man you met at the Keeper's Tomb.
Unicorn man?
Yes, Unicorn Man. This looks to be someone that is of a higher caste, who seems to have more presentation and melodrama in the way they bring themselves forward with this show of force, so to speak.
Fucking Hades.
Its head is
Fucking Hades.
wreathed in blue flame, its skin
It's
gray,
Hades. It's
skulls
fine,
and bones covering its blackened cloak. And
I'm gonna
as
elbow
the
Creed.
sea of undeath continues to close in around the fort, they all seem to stop as the monster rampages inside.
I'm gonna elbow Creed in the ribs and be like, is that who I think it is? Or he looks, I wouldn't know because I can tell you. My wisdom wasn't that high. I'm gonna elbow Creed in the ribs and be like, that looks like who I think it is. Or that looks like Hades, is it? Because Creed would know, right?
Creed would be able to look back through the knowledge he was given.
Creed.
I'm not sure if Blackman's able to respond, but Creed would be able to essentially tell you that that is Hades. Or that it looks to be Hades. And so as you all stand on the roof, looking at Hades in his chariot of death, surrounded by his lieutenants and an army that just stands 100 or so yards away from the walls. What do you do?
I low key want to wild shape into like a fucking fly and like go land on his chariot and be like, bitch.
About how far away is he?
He is about, I would say, I'd say probably close to a click. Because you guys are about a half mile from the wood line, standing on the wall. So he's about a click out from you.
Canadian, please.
1,000 meters.
Kilometer. A click is a kilometer.
I know that, but you say click and then a mile, so like,
Yeah,
which one are we using here?
it's a half mile. So for those who don't understand the goofiness of American measuring, it's about a kilometer.
Oh, huh.
Okay.
I'm
There's
just doing
a little
quick
bit
math
of a
in my head.
distance.
That's all.
Be a little distance away.
10 minutes is what? How many rounds?
60.
60? Okay.
Because it's 6 seconds per round. So it's 10 a minute. Actually, it's 100 rounds, technically.
Okay.
What are you thinking, Yuri?
Oh, see, Yuri's thinking about going and having a chat.
Oh, yeah, so is Aura, but I would wild shape into a fly as to not be fucking murdered.
That's a deity. He'll know.
Oh, I know, but his little goons won't until I'm there. I'm not trying to hide from Hades. I'm just trying to get past the fucking horde.
I wish to start prepping the cannons.
So, Nez, you see the cannons, and they are large and imposing devices meant to hit several miles or several tens of kilometers in any direction. they fire a shell that is intense for something of what you've seen technologically wise. For those watching at home, they fire about a 270 millimeter round. It is a large cannon that is meant to obliterate anything that it hits. And so, Nez, you come up to the first one where you're all standing, that is built into the turret of this outer wall. And you see that it requires multiple hands to work it, to aim it, to load it, and to fire it. It almost looks like that it's, with one person doing it, would take them minutes to get even a single round in a specific direction. Something to the point of maybe 10 to 15 minutes to get it in a direction to fire, and that's if it will be as accurate. The more people, the less time it takes. But you begin taking a look over it as you begin to pull this information. You see of all the different apertures, you see it has multiple crank wheels and levers and cords all over the not only commander and gunner seats, but also the loader's seat, with no instructions to be seen.
I was muted like a goober, but I did say I wanted help in with setting up cannons. Sorry.
Yep. So, I would imagine that Creed would be going with you guys, as Yuri and Aura, you two plan to go have a chat with the Lord of the Battlefield, yes?
Yeah. I would have to wild shape, though. I'm making it to the
do
Lord
whatever
alive.
you wish.
Okros, Okros, Nez, Aura and I will buy you time. Get as many of these cannons as you can, loaded as you possibly can.
Understood.
Aura, I swear upon all that is holy, please say nothing stupid.
Yes, Father. Huh. Okay, I'm wild shaping into fly, but I'm just gonna buzz around Yuri because he's still talking to me.
Do not go as a raven.
Okay, I'm wild shaping into a raven then.
Okay.
And I'm sitting on Yuri's shoulder.
You are.
Listening to him lecture me about saying stupid things as a bird.
And before they leave, I say good luck.
Indeed.
But what's your plan, Yuri? Because I can fly over there. What are you doing?
I'm casting fly on myself.
Oh, so you're flying and so am I.
All right.
No, I'm doing the Chad move, which is literally I'm casting fly, but I'm walking on the air.
Me?
So you do it. You're able to cast fly without exploding. And so while you two make your way, the kilometer away to the throne of Hades, the three of you see this as you're hearing the chaos below. The ballistas firing, rifles firing, axes and swords clashing against bone as you begin to prep the cannon. Now, Nez, at this point, you know that Okros and Creed are with you, so you know many hands will make the work easy, but you still need to figure out how to make it happen. And so what I'm going to need from you is a little bit of your brain power. So for you, I would like you to roll. I wish there was like something, a skill based on artificers for doing this kind of shit.
That would be nice.
They added it, but didn't add the skills for it. Go figure.
I mean, you could do like intelligence mod plus proficiency mod. Make it like an impromptu skill.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, we'll make it. Engineering will be your intelligence plus proficiency. I'll add it for you while we're sitting here. So go ahead and roll your intelligence and add your proficiency to it.
Would that also jump in that item that I have to the, let me get it, the almighty screwdriver, all-purpose tool?
More than likely.
So then that would add what? An extra plus. Oh, that's only no. 12 attack rolls and saving throws. That's all it says if I clicked on that.
Yep, and so you should have a skill at the bottom of your table now that's just called engineering. If you refresh your
I just
character
rolled.
sheet. Well, I mean, it's fine, but now you have it for future.
So that would be a 26 total if I add my proficiency to that roll.
Yes. So with that
Nice.
26, you were able to start looking through all the different pieces, start piecing it together. You're playing with the crank handles and you're looking at the different levers and trying to see the strings, and you're able to figure out the basics of aiming the cannon, which one moves the cannon up and down, which moves it to the side, how you load it, how the charges and where they're capped, and what kind of rounds you're dealing with. And you have a pretty good understanding of the situation. It's very much the same technology that's used in Lucifer when he himself launches heavy grade rounds, just on a much, much, much larger scale. And so you have a good feeling about it, and so you start walking Creed and Okros through the situation at hand. And so the first thing you instruct Okros to do is to help you load the cannon. So you move the barrel up into its loading position to make it easier on Okros, and you point Okros towards the crate of rounds that are nearby. Okros, I'm going to need from you an athletics check, and this is going to be a toughie, as these rounds easily weigh somewhere in the 300-pound plus range.
All right. So, can I, just for flavor, like, feel the weight of it, be like, and then rage?
Yes.
Okay. And then I'll pick it up.
Yes. So give me athletics with advantage.
Okay. Let me just mark off my rage quickly before I forget. There we go.
I always forget to mark off my wild sleeping. I did it this time.
There you go.
Oh,
Oh.
excellent.
Excellente.
Okay. Nice. Okay, plus.
Big stealth stream
I got
compacts commercial.
a 24.
Alright, with a 24, you were able to lift the round. Because you're raging and because you were used to dealing with heavy loads, this is not something you are unfamiliar with. It's still difficult for you, which is surprising, but not enough for you to falter or to not get the round into the breach. As you push it in, you see Nez come up behind you with Creed with a ramrod as they push the round all the way in, followed by loading the charges. Now, Nez, as you stare at this cannon and you stare at the charges, you know that the more you add, the farther the round's gonna go. And so right now you have a choice, because you know once you load this, there's no going back until you fire it. So you know that you can either load no additional charge behind it, which will give it its shortest range, which would allow you to aim the barrel directly if you know how, and would be the easiest to do, but with the least chance of success on the round hitting the target effectively. You know already that you're not going to load it past a certain number because you're not trying to fire it across the fucking continent because of your engineering check. But you know that if you put more powder behind it, it should make the round go straight up, which would increase the difficulty of aiming, but on a successful engineering check will have you a higher success rate of hitting the target, whatever it may be.
So I want to at least pack it enough to where it would be able to hit where Hades is if I see Yuri give a sign.
You know that it is within range that whether you put additional charges behind it or not, it will hit that target because the amount of force that's needed to just launch it at charge 0. But what you're looking at is that do you want to aim the barrel directly and have the easiest chance to aim and fire, but a lower chance of success of hitting Hades? Or do you want to put more powder behind it to make it more difficult to aim it because it involves math, but on successfully aiming, have a higher chance of hitting your target directly?
I'm going with option number 2.
All right. So
Harder to aim, better hit chance.
So
at the same
you
time.
you sit there and you ponder for a moment and you tell Okros to help you load 3 charges behind the round, which you simply do as they seem to be just large cylindrical bags. And so you shove 3 in. Creed comes behind you with the ramrod again to set it. As Okros, you close the breach. And as you're still raging, you simply are able to close it and lock it as you feel this multiple metal mechanism just creak shut with a shunt. And as you believe the cannon is ready to be fired.
All right.
All right.
We want to try to load another one. He did ask us to load as many as possible.
Yeah, there should be another one close enough, right?
You have 2 cannons, because there are 6 on the points of the hexagon. And they are about 100 yards away from each other. And so you have 2 that are 100 yards from your position. One to your front and one to your rear, essentially.
Alright. Get this one aimed and go load another?
I guess where exactly? Because we're still on top, right?
Yeah, you're on the battlements.
Like around, like right where I just moved my character.
Here, I
Just for
will.
like a little.
I'll get you a quick drawing
A
so
little
it makes
visual.
sense. A little visual, a little ponder wander.
Thank you.
Hello, headset?
Hello?
Oh, hello.
Hello, headset.
Okay, apparently I haven't heard a fucking thing for the last 10 minutes. That's nice.
Oh no.
Don't worry, we got one cannon loaded and big boom ready.
Oh, fuck yeah, that's what I like to hear.
Yeah.
So what we doing now?
He's making a little
I'm
visual
currently
real
just
quick
getting
so
a
that way you
little
can see.
Where they
visual
are.
of the situation they're in on where the cannons are.
Very bad.
So I'm gonna guess we were at this cannon.
Yes.
Alright, looks like it's time to run another. I forgot to double check with Vern to make sure I set this up right.
You silly goober. How absolutely dare you?
Yeah.
So you guys are currently this tiny little symbol right here. So at each node is a cannon, and you got about 100 yards between you and every single node.
kind of thinking of going for the south node.
Just shoot every single arrow
Close.
directly into Aura. Every last one.
Just every single one. Just fire it at her direction. It's
100%.
fine. Nothing could possibly go wrong.
Nah, should be fine. Maybe. Probably. Maybe.
Possible. There's also a high likelihood of an Aura 2.0.
What about Aura 2.0, Stevie?
What?
What did you say about Aura?
I keep hearing
Nothing.
things.
Nothing. Don't worry about it. Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Uh-huh.
Just, make sure you have another character sheet ready.
So yeah,
Oh,
so
no.
as Yuri and Aura are flying off to deal with Hades, or at least speak to him, you guys find yourself on the battlements away from the central building as the monster is rampaging on the inside. And so you can clearly see that it is quite a distance between you and the other cannons. And you know that the only person who can really effectively load it is Okros. And the person who can effectively aim it and make sure that they're in working order is Nez. So now it becomes a question of how exactly you're going to do it in a short amount of time, as you still have the monster inside the fort and you were surrounded by monsters outside the fort.
Inside.
If we
You
get a
said-
second one loaded, I think we should aim it at the beast inside if we can.
I'm almost wondering if we should maybe take the beast out first and then aim at Hades.
And you cut off the head, the snake dies.
Hmm.
Yeah, but also this one's a loose cannon at the moment that's by us. Someone had tingly fingies.
And took the leash off the
And
monster.
took its leash off, yeah. The tingly thingies worked at the wrong time.
Yes,
Although it probably
yes.
would have been worse if it didn't work.
Oh man. Because Yuri and Aura are going to go talk with Hades. 100 yards. How long would that take us to traverse?
So, you move at a walking pace of 30 feet every few seconds. So, you have a pretty good running pace, because your running pace is essentially your dash speed. So, you go about 10 feet a second, give or take, if your movement speed is 30. Which means
Myself
to...
am sitting pretty at 45.
Basically, it would, to cover 100 yards if you were doing a solid sprint and having successful athletic checks, you could probably cover it in a few minutes. Just because you're not used to sprinting that distance. The one of you that's probably used to it is Okros, but it's not like you can keep that pace forever. So looking at running at a normal pace, probably, I don't know, something to the tune of a minute 30, whereas if you're sprinting, probably about 30 seconds.
And then I guess for my second question I'm gonna have is, how long technically did it take us to load and aim that really quick while they are going to Hades?
So when they get to Hades, you guys are gonna have finished loading and aiming the first cannon. because you guys could take a few minutes to do it, but with them flying about a kilometer, they're flying a pretty decent click. Not anything too insane, but enough that they get to Hades in a few minutes.
I'm like a bird on my way.
So we're still walking,
I
right?
have this.
So once you guys, I'll let you guys plan out what you're going to be doing, because at this point in time, as you get the first cannon loaded and aimed, and you're essentially looking at what your next plan is going to be, Aura and Yuri, you come within about a couple 100 yards of Hades, as you see his minions that are a sea of the undead beneath you just consistently move and sway with the tide of bodies. And they all seem to look at you and reach for you as you stay above them.
Okay. Well, I can't talk because I am bird. But
You are bird.
She is bird.
You are bird.
bird,
Going
bird,
to be
bird.
walking
Bird is
as
a little.
nonchalantly as humanly possible.
Nonchalantly as humanly possible.
No, as if he didn't have a care in the world. Couldn't care less what they end up doing.
I figured what that meant. You're being Yuri. That's fine. So
You gotta keep that edge.
gotta keep the urge. Gotta keep.
Well,
the
no, it's not.
streak
It's not
right.
keeping the edge. It's we're facing the Lord of the Undead, so like you got to meet tempo with tempo.
But
You're-
first of all, big fan.
First of all, big fan of your work. Love what you're doing. Love this aesthetic. It's very nice.
I
Try to
like
kill
the
me,
aesthetic.
looks
It's very
good.
good. Yes.
We're gonna keep walking unless he says something.
I mean, you're still a couple 100 yards out, and you keep on hustling. And so you get a little bit closer, and his eyes come up to you, the crown of fire around his head tilting as he looks at this person and bird coming towards him. And you see his lieutenants. One of them draws a large bow off its back and goes to pull back an arrow, and he simply raises his hand and pushes it down and beckons you forward. And
He made you
find,
come with one finger.
You find yourselves walking up to and stepping onto the bottom of this mobile throne, almost, that is made of, as you saw from a distance, bones and corpses. And it seems to have a wooden skeleton, but is, of course, made otherwise of bones and corpses. Go figure. Up the staircase in front of it, leading to a tall obsidian throne that stands on the top of it, sits this large, imposing figure. And he simply looks to you, and you can think he almost smiles.
What the fuck?
Hold on, something is fucking stupid.
He's trying to get voice mob doing thing, and it's got the background
Yeah.
effects active.
Okay, I was like, what the fucking fuck was that?
It's still doing it. Why? Why? Let me see if I turn this on, it will make it better.
So, you've come to speak with the Lord of the Dead. What have I done to bring such an audience? one of the living undead, and one that walks between the two threads. What do you want from me? Hades.
Your voice was not translating well through my headphones. Let me put the other one in.
Basically asked you what you wanted. Why are you here? What do you want?
I am Bird. I don't respond. That's on the vampire.
You can call.
Yuri will raise his right hand and like motion to the horde. Such a grandiose display requires civility. No.
Wonderful.
Shoulder, by the way, in case that wasn't known.
You're right.
Any man who commands such a magnificent force, I must have words with.
So you wish to come to speak with me? One that has eluded my grasp. One that walks between worlds. I'm glad you see the power that lies within the fields of the undead. But I would imagine your question will not be so hesitant. That there would be something more behind it. As I would imagine you wondering why I'm here to start with.
Oh, it's real quick. I'm gonna need you to pull the reverb back a little bit. I almost can barely understand you.
Good.
Yeah.
It is a little bit, yeah.
I'm trying to. Why is it just? It shouldn't be like overkilling like that.
No, I was having the same problem with the reverb. That's why I had to take it out of mine, because when I was listening to it on my, like on the sound mixer thing, it sounded normal, but you guys were hearing, like, crazy reverb, apparently.
Interesting. Oh. Man, now I gotta fix this fucking stupid. Ah.
We can pretend we can hear you in that voice.
No! Let him fix it!
Let me do my thing. Ah.
No fucking with the aesthetic.
What aesthetic? It's like reverb central.
I mean, I didn't understand it. It just, yeah, it was a little reverby. I can see how. With
Alright.
other headsets, it might be difficult.
How about now? Better?
Now you sound like Nameless.
How about now?
There we go.
Better.
Wonderful. So tell me, Threadwalker, you come to the throne to speak to me, Hades. Why?
It is proper that the dead speak.
I would not consider you dead. More like outside of my own control. Something that I can't reach.
And what, pray tell, do you say about...
Aura's,
What do you say to addressing me?
Aura's shaking a little bit because she's a little bit scared because this is an actual deity and she's never been this close. And now she's kind of regretting her actions, but she's here.
First time.
Yeah. No.
Let me ask again.
And I believe your companion has something she wishes to say. Don't be afraid, small one. Abandon all hope, ye who entered the kingdom of Hades.
I don't like this.
You're not supposed to.
I know.
I give you your choice. Show yourself, or I'll take it from you.
Yeah, I'll unwell. Laura's gonna unwell shape, but like stand behind Yuri. Because she's low-key scared, but like not. She's trying not to look scared, but it's very apparent that she's a little scared.
Be not afraid. I can only kill you once.
Lord of Undeath, I forgive her. She still possesses her hope.
Ah, the one thing that you can't take from the living. Hope. Something that is given by heroes. What a racket.
I'm watching Vern do this on his stream, and I don't like the face he's making. Pleasure to meet you. The name's Aura, Mr. Hades.
You can call me Lord Hades.
I'm sorry, my lord.
Respect is all you have left when you've been left to rot. But I believe you've not come here to pay me compliments, to ask about the weather within the Nether Realms, or the sea of undead that stand idly by, ready to tear the fort asunder. So again, why am I entertaining two individuals, one that walks in a land that I cannot reach, and one that walks between the threads, a druid?
Well, I
This was
clearly can appreciate the magnificence of this display. I wonder, but as to its purpose. Why would the Lord of the Dead? Why would he venture forth to destroy a fortress? Surely time is in all things your ally. As all things die, I must question why you do not simply wait. Why you act now.
Things die. That is true. Things that die happen to fall into my realm when I wish for it. But nowadays, there are many places as those souls go. I have been locked in a box for millennia. The souls that would be mine have been taken, dissipated to the far ether, and I want them back. I was stuck in that box with my brother, the one that I hate more than life itself. And you see, the only flame that burns brighter than hatred
is spite. Why take it now? Because I can. Because the corpses he made are now the toys of my Armageddon. Why would I not throw the destruction between the gears of the machine created by my brother, his arrogance, his hubris, something, a most common human trait he held so dearly.
Grim, real quick, OSC, check your DMs.
Your fucking keyboard, Cactus.
Forgive me, Lord of Death. Forgive me. You seek the humiliation and soul of your brother, yes?
I seek many things, but nothing would make me happier than to put my brittle hands around his throat.
Whose throat?
Then
Forest lost.
Then
Oh, your
you
throat.
may consider you may consider us allies, for we too seek Zeus's death. And when the time comes, I would be honored to offer you his body and soul.
All living things seek Zeus's death. Why do you think he resurrected the prophet? Why do you think he hides in his tower, waiting, throwing the occasional lightning bolt, cracking the planet with every strike? He is afraid. I want to taste that fear. If you want to strike a deal, I love a good deal. Bring me the body. Promise me the soul of my brother, dear Zeus. And I will not continue to ransack this pitiful countryside you all have found yourself in, your yellow bands pulling you together. I will leave you be, but know that if you fail me, your life, your soul, the tethers you have to your companions are mine.
Or looks at Yuri. Did you just promise him my soul? For
No.
Zeus's body.
No, I did not.
Looks at Lord Hades. Lord Hades, did my companion here just promise you my soul if he does not kill and bring you Zeus?
No. If he fails, I will take him. And the happiness he brings all of you. You will feel despair, wrath, and depression wreak its havoc on your mind when I strip him of his soul and pull him to the sticks.
Do you even have a soul, Yuri? I thought you were undead.
He has one. For a moment. When you weren't always like this, were you, Yuri?
No, once I was just like one. Aimless and wandering. Now I am the predator. My lord.
It seems we have a deal to strike.
I would add one caveat to that deal.
Speak. I feel humorous.
While
Aura looks at Yuri.
we engage upon this endeavor, you will grant me your power.
I see. I now understand the reason you stand before me, Plain Walker. You wish to use me and the power I can spare against my brother. What wonderful irony. I accept your caveat, and you will have my promise, my word, that this countryside will not burn as long as you fulfill your end of the bargain. But I would warn you, you should warn your compatriots not to fire those cannons. But shake my hand, Yuri. Step forward and pledge your service to the god of death and decay.
Aura's gonna grab Yuri's hand as he reaches out and look at him and be like, "Are you sure you want to do this?"
If I wasn't sure, I wouldn't have said it.
Okay, and Aura releases Yuri's hand, but she can't bear to look at the handshake. But she just feels like this is gonna go wrong in so many ways.
You step forward towards this large figure that has pulled himself off his throne and has walked down the stairs towards you. He is the symbol of a deity. He stands easily 14, 15 feet tall. His stature is massive. From a distance, he looked normal. Up close, he is a giant among everything. And so it means to you, you step forward. You reach for his hand.
And he shakes your whole body.
You reach for his hand. And his whole hand grasps around your arm, as you just do not have the size comparison. He grabs it, and you just simply hear from him.
The deal is set. You have now entered my service. You have your promise. I have mine. I will leave the fort to your keeping. Unfortunately, the monster inside I do not have control over anymore. I imagine that has something to do with the Threadwalker, the druid. If that is the case, you will have to kill it through whatever means necessary. But my armies will not march. They will leave.
Or it's gonna look at Hades. Any tips? Cause I kind of fucked up, Lord Hades.
I am aware of what you did. You must solve the problem yourself, unfortunately.
Oh, so you'll give him your powers, but I'm on my own. Okay.
I cannot fix what has been broken. So, in this instance, you must deal with the monster you have let loose.
Well, I wouldn't have let him loose, Lord Hades, had you not banned him in the first place. And yes, I say that with the utmost respect.
Your companion is full of vinegar, Yuri. She will hold you to a higher standard, which hopefully means my promise will be kept. But I will disperse the horde. You must return to your friends, as you still have the monster in the barracks to deal with.
And you gotta fly back with me in your arms now, Yuri, because I'm a human again, and I'm not wasting my second wild shape.
And our caveat.
Yes. I will give you a brand, one that will mark you as one of my own. Here. And he places
his hand on you. Simply his hand on you. Simply making it so that you can gain the powers of what he has in store for you. And you feel power surge through you. Something wicked burrowing into your heart and into your soul as it reaches up through the magic you have gained over your years. And you feel like you have been blessed by the god of decay, the god of death. And the spells and abilities you have gained, you do not quite know at this instant. It'd be something you would have to sit down and explore. But as for right now, you feel stronger. In a way that is hard to describe. But a brand etches itself into your chest. The alchemical symbol for sulfur prints itself onto your chest. With a bright green glow and a slight green miasma falls off of it for a moment as the brand settles, the pain ebbing quickly as Hades sits back onto his throne and simply waits.
We will be. Thank you for your gift. By your leave, we will go put on a show.
Return to your friends, Yuri. And I would not consider this a gift until you have fully come to the understanding of what you have wrought. But you will find out soon enough.
And he starts to laugh to himself as you go to fly away.
You know what satisfies me?
A deep chortle coming up into a guttural laugh that echoes across the sea of undead, that as you fly over, you see them turning to dust from the front row close to the fort, all the way leading to him. And as the wave reaches Hades, him and his 4 lieutenants who stand upon this carriage of bone, of macabre display, of death and unlife, seems to disappear in a wave of green fog as if it was never there to start with.
I just want to verify that Yuri is carrying me back.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh god. I'm not just left a kilometer away from everybody to
So,
walk.
as that is happening,
Cardio is good for the soul.
cardio is good for the soul. As that is happening, my people who are on the battlement, what are you doing? What have you been doing? So, Okros, Nez, and Creed.
We were actually staying on standby.
Sorry, yes, I can. I apologize. I texted that while I was driving, so.
Oh no! Like all I saw was maybe in standby, so like I just left us on standby and we didn't do anything besides stay there.
I was driving. I stopped to get some Burger King, so I could eat something, and then I was like, "Oh, look it up!" And I completely forgot. Sorry. Yes. As long as it's not horribly complicated to fire this thing, he can help you.
I mean, because you said standby, like all three of us just stayed in the spot instead of
I'm so sorry.
running off to the next one.
Yeah. Oh well.
I mean, you guys
I'm
do
good
have one very large 270mm cannon, and I mean it's. So you guys basically did that.
One shot, one enemy.
Yeah, I mean, you guys basically did that as you saw Yuri and Aura land on the carriage, and you basically watched and waited through the periscope on the cannon. And you guys, or well, who would be watching through the sight? Like the gunner sight? Would that be Creed or would that be Nez?
Dude, Creed doesn't even know how to fire a normal gun.
So probably Nez.
I would say probably me.
So Nez, as you're sitting in the gunner seat with the knobs and cranks all around you, you're staring through the sight that's basically just a large magnifying glass, like a spyglass, essentially. And you're looking at the carriage, the large mobile throne, that you now clearly see through this scope. You see Yuri and Aura land on, and they begin to speak to this figure as he tells his lieutenants not to attack. And he seems to humor what they're saying. And you see him and Yuri go back and forth. You see him point at the crow as the crow wild chase back into Aura as she hides behind... I'm sorry. The Raven. As Aura hides behind Yuri as he points to her in gestures. And they continue going back and forth as you see a smile crack across who you assume is Hades' face. As you see Yuri reach out his hand in response to Hades doing the same. As you see this large 15-foot humanoid stature walk down the stairs to meet Yuri, essentially, quote-unquote, face-to-face.
And they see Aura trying to stop all this.
Yes. You see Aura reach out and stop Yuri's hand. You see them speak as she then releases it as he grasps Hades' hand as he reaches out and touches Yuri's chest with the other. As you see a green flame burn for a moment before Yuri says one other thing, bows, turns, and flies off with Aura in his arms as you see Hades laughing from his throne, as you see all the zombies turn to dust and fade, along with his chariot fading into green mist and disappearing into the woodline. All minus the monster that still rampages inside the fort.
Alright, I wish to say, Nez chuckled as Aura came out of wild shape and then went behind Yuri.
He's scary up close, okay?
And then because
Especially the fucking voice changer.
because they're coming back, I'm gonna say, guys, all right, it's time to aim it around. We don't have to shoot that way. It's time to get rid of the beast that was unleashed.
Fires and missiles.
All right. So, Nez, go ahead and roll me engineering with advantage because Okros and Creed would be assisting you moving the gun. God, I love putting in custom skills. It makes life so much easier.
Dude, thank you for that. That's a 22.
It is a
Cool that you can do
22.
that.
You are easily able to turn the gun rolling on the cranks as well as the auxiliary ones being moved by Creed and Okros as this massive behemoth of a gun continues to turn and aim down at the center building. And you bring the barrel into sights with the monster. You see the muzzle of the gun begin to depress past your crosshairs and downward as you're now pointing this easily 30-meter long barrel just fucking at this thing that is just the battlement you're standing on is maybe 80 feet tall, maybe at its peak, and so you're aiming this probably not 30 meter, probably something close to 30 feet long barrel just downward at this thing. It's like having the biggest stick in a stick fight. You're just pointing it at it. And Aura and Yuri, you see this cannon continue to move, turn, and depress the barrel and point towards the center of the fort.
I'm not speaking to Yuri right now. You just made a deal with the devil, literally.
Oh, there's someone worse he could have made a deal with, so this is actually pretty good for his track
It's
record.
technically not the devil.
Yeah,
All right.
technically not. That's
Yeah.
Thanatos.
You know, look, Hades just rules over the underworld. There's a difference.
He has class. He's a super.
He has
villain 'cause
standards.
hesitation. He has standards.
Yeah, you gotta, like, come on. You have, like, he's the god of the underworld, man. Give him his, like, his fucking flair, bro. Also, James Woods. So, like...
Yeah, it's like, what's the difference between a villain and a super villain? Presentation. Hades is all
Yeah,
about
exactly.
that shit.
Yeah.
No.
Like,
But yeah, so
I'm
Yuri and
just
Aura,
gonna
you
put
guys make
full-
it back to the battlement as you see Nez, Okros, and Creed have rotated this giant fucking cannon pointed down at this rampaging monster that is now swinging wildly, covered in bolts from crossbows, bullet holes, and ballista bolts, as it's just swinging its arms as you see that one of its eyes is gouged, and it's just going through the building. Soldiers still somewhat surrounded, a few of them still standing as they're trying their best to kill it as everything is drenched in viscera and blood.
Well, one of us is having a good time, apparently.
let us keep it.
Kaboom.
We have
Has Yuri
Who's ready for the
landed?
big boom?
Has Yuri landed?
No, he's still floating.
Hmm. How high above the ground?
Just above the ground.
Okay. I'm gonna punch you in the stomach, say, put me down, and then wiggle out of your arms and walk away.
I'm just gonna... The second she punches him, I'm gonna just drop her. Straight on her straight on her head.
Drop her.
I land on
has
my
been
feet 'cause
dropping.
I see it coming. I land on my feet because I see it coming.
Okay. You land on your
I don't
feet.
know. How high up
And I-
is she?
We're like...
probably about 15 feet. Not even that far. I mean, she landed on her feet. She's not like she's gonna break anything when she falls. It's just she's gonna look goofy.
I guess I'm just heartless, and I'd like to see. I'd like to. I'd like to see it have to
I'll
roll
land
it.
properly.
I'll sprain one of my ankles when I land. Happy?
Oh,
Whoa, no!
you're not supposed to actually get injured.
It's the fun of it. Do you land perfect?
Follow my
Hmm?
Land on
Well,
my
the one way
feet,
to
but
find
fall
You
out.
on
look
my
like a
ass.
goof.
There you go. Land on your feet, but fall on your ass. There you go.
And then I get up, dust my ass off, and walk away because I'm pissed off at Yuri right now, and nobody knows why yet.
The only other person that would possibly know is Inez. And
No,
he's
I was
currently
gonna say
sitting
me
on the
because I
gun.
watched it. And as that's happening, I'm yelling out, "Who's ready for the big boom?"
Orcros just puts his arms up and goes, "Come on!"
Or we'll turn around, just shoot the fucking thing already and keep walking.
Is it going to be loud?
I'm just gonna shoot it to answer the question.
So you pull the firing cord as Creed asks you that question, and Aura's walking past you.
Roll for
I need a dex check from Aura.
Oh, fuck's sake!
As well as Yuri, because you just landed.
Hold on, let me
Roll
get
for
there.
tinnitus, baby.
Oh my god.
Next
Yes.
is +0 too. This is gonna be so bad.
17.
Are you joking?
Oh my
What
god.
did you roll?
Aura-
Wow.
Oh no. So what happens is you pull the cord, cannon fires. Creed, your hood gets flat back, and your hair, wherever it may be, just gets put straight backwards. Okros, the same thing with you. Your mane just goes straight back across your head as the cannon blast fires. Because you quickly remember you put 3 powder charges behind it to fire at a distance, and you're point blanking this at a target.
As an artilleryman, I'm dying inside.
Yes, this is a charge 4 round getting launched. Or charge 3, technically. It's a charge 3 round being launched at point blank range.
Wait, did you get a nat 1, Aura?
What happened?
Okay, so basically, for those of you uninitiated, charge indicates the initial muzzle velocity
No, I
of
want
that.
to know what happens to me because I
So,
got a
I'm
one.
gonna get to
so
that.
we basically just broke the sound barrier.
Yeah, so a charge 0 round is the slowest because it's usually used for direct fire or close targets. It's like a lob. The more charge you put behind it, the faster the round goes, therefore the farther it goes, which is why artillery is bracketed that way. Because you
And
can
the louder the
change
bang.
And the louder the bang, because you're putting more energy behind it. So, like, for firing at this distance, a charge 0 would have been perfectly suffice, putting no additional powder behind it, letting the round just do its job, and just funking it downrange would have been enough to launch a 300-pound round at this monster. But because you were setting it up to do a long-range shot, and then you changed your mind.
And change the charges.
All right, so I'm gonna simplify this one. So a charge 1, realistically, probably like a Roman candle. Right?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
This is the motor going off right next to your ear.
I'm dead.
Yo,
So you're not dead, Aura. What basically happens that the cannon goes off, and the bang goes off. You see Rexus, Orcros, your hair goes straight back as a smile cracks across your lips as your lips are flapping, your jowls flap in the blast wave. Creed, your hood goes straight back, your hair is slicked back. You feel like you're gonna catch wind off the ground if you don't keep your feet planted. Nez, you're having a fucking time. You are the happiest you've ever been pulling this cord. You feel the shake of the round, you feel the cannon go off, the flash of the muzzle catches you in the eye, and you are just like, ah! You are hype for what just happened.
I have a question for you.
Hold on.
All right.
Unfortunately, what happens is that Aura, as you're walking, you don't realize they're about to fire. You tell them just fire the damn cannon, and they do. And you just get tumbleweeded across the battlement into the wall. Just by the sheer shockwave as
Am I
Yuri...
unconscious now?
No, you just get roughed up a little. You're not unconscious.
What's my damage?
You're No damage. You just get
None.
roughed up.
Yeah.
You just get knocked across the ground into the wall. As you go to land, you kind of get knocked on your backside as you just get caught by surprise as this round goes off. And you guys just watch almost instantaneously as, in a normal essence, if you had not loaded additional powder behind it, the round would have hit the target and detonated. And that would have been the end of it. But because the round is going so quickly, you fired it at the monster. You took the time to aim it, and at point blank range, it's really fucking hard to miss this massive creature with this massive gun. And so you fired this 300-pound explosive projectile at Mach Go Fuck Yourself.
At Mach Fuck, yes.
And it hits it. It turns at the last moment and looks up at you, bellowing as it just screams at you, as you see it just get just turned into viscera and goo. As the round hits it, goes through it, and then into the ground about 30 meters before it detonates, taking a piece of the castle of the inside of the building with it as the ground just drops. As everything that is there, including the people that were still alive, have been just vaporized by the shockwave of the round. Not to mention that the monster just repainted and redecorated what's left of the exterior.
Like, let me give you some context on this one, okay? For the uninitiated. The muzzle velocity of a 10-inch gun on a 1 charge is 2,600 feet per second. Okay? On a full charge, a 4 charge, its maximum range is 24,000 meters. Really 26,000 yards. Right? 27,000 yards. You put a charge 3 in there. That means that round could have effectively probably gone 24,000 yards.
Oh.
It went through homie.
And liquefied them, basically.
Yeah. When I didn't catch what kind of round you loaded, right?
High explosive.
Oh, fucking Christ, yeah. High explosive shell of a 10-inch gun has a certain kill radius of somewhere in the realm of, like, I don't know, 300 meters. Just from the pressure wave. Probably another 300 from the shrapnel. It's a really, really big fucking gun.
Echo boom.
The Echo boom is an understatement.
Statement, yeah. What that cannon is not an artillery piece. That is a literal warship naval gun used on battleships.
That's what I thought.
It is in fucking sane.
So, this all happens in an instant. The cannon fires, Aura is thrown, Yuri falls, Creed has his hair thrown back along with Rexus, and Nez is at half-mast. As the cannon unleashes the round at an insane velocity and gooifies the monster, as well as all the soldiers around it, plunging into the ground, detonating and taking a central part of the building with it. As this all settles, you all just have this massive ringing in your ears. As the dust settles around you, around the building, and around the outside of the fort, as you shook the dust off the stones the outer walls are made of, all the way down the border. The sound, you can hear it, still echoes in the distance, like distant thunder going in the opposite direction.
Bop, 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 bop.
Tucker looks over at Ness and goes, "That was awesome!"
Or she's gonna lay there on her back, like, what the fuck?
Reed's gonna hunch over and puke.
Me getting all giddy. up there. 'Cause I'm just thinking in my head, how can I make Lucifer do a bigger boom?
All you hear are say, "Is it dead at least?
What?
Is it dead at least?"
Mom.
I give up.
As you don't even hear the responses, Jenna, your ears are ringing just as bad as theirs are.
Mop.
I know that's why I give up, is because I can't hear them responding.
Mop.
And you all find yourselves pulling yourselves back together after a few minutes and standing up to see the carnage that was left over from the round, as well as the piles of dust and bones that are outside the fort. And you feel like you've won with a question mark. As the central building is in ruins, the ballistas that were once animated have fallen off the roof and cracked onto the ground, spilling their gears and strings across the cobblestones. The soldiers that believe this fort to be their own, to have taken what was theirs or what was left over, have now been either eviscerated by the monster, eaten by the zombies, or killed by just the sheer shockwave of the rounds you fired down into the central building. The building is also mostly gone. It would need to be rebuilt if you were to use this fort for anything besides a artillery base or a centerpiece at a large dinner table. And you feel not too bad about it. As you all stand on the battlement, looking around at a fort that is now technically yours.
So, Yuri, do you want to tell them what the fuck you did now that we're all together again?
What? What?
I would imagine our ears have stopped ringing. At least
it takes a bit as Creed then realizes he can just healing hands the situation if he so wishes.
Me as the artificer is going to try and just like, take my hand to my nose and like plug it and then blow to like see if that popping my ears will help.
You don't have a nose.
Oh yeah, I don't.
Did he lose it in the
No, he's a changeling. They don't have noses.
Oh.
Like, they don't have ears either. Like, it's just eyes. He looks like a Halloween mask.
If he doesn't have ears, why are his ears ringing?
Because he has some type of hearing organ.
I have an ear hole.
Yeah, he's got ear holes. Put a new definition to open your ear holes.
Ear wounds won't fix this.
So I plug my nose holes, since I should have that at least, right?
You know what? For this instance, sure.
You're gonna give it to me.
You can fucking
I just picture Voldemort.
just shapeshift into something with a nose for a second.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
You're just gonna be freaking Genie from Aladdin.
Honestly, I really did think of Voldemort as I said that.
But yeah, so you all are sitting around the circle as, Nez makes himself a nose and pops his ears. Okros just kind of shakes his head until his ears stop ringing. Creed starts walking around with healing touch and starts giving people their hearing back, or at least helping accelerate the process. And you all just kind of plop on the stones, sitting in a circle on the battlements, as the world is quiet
So, Yuri,
What?
you telling him or am I? What the fuck you did?
I made it so we did not have to fight the giant fucking horde and a goddamn deity.
You also signed away your goddamn soul if we don't do what you promised him we would.
And if we don't kill Zeus, we're going to die anyway.
If we don't kill Zeus, we're gonna die anyways. Yeah, well, how do you plan on killing Zeus, Yuri?
I mean,
You do realize
probably
Creed
stabbing him.
You do realize that Creed
What?
killed 3 people, or has killed 3 deities himself. 3. You do realize that, yes?
He is a fucking anomaly badass motherfucker. What are you, a vampire? What are you gonna do?
That's such a backhanded compliment.
Wasn't backhanded, Creed. You're a badass motherfucker, and you know it. But what are the rest of us gonna do? You saw Hades. He's 15 fucking feet tall. I'm 4 fucking 9. What am I gonna do?
I mean, if I might point it out, stabbing seems to work.
Yeah.
Tingly fingies, as you say.
I'm just. He went ahead and made this fucking deal with Hades before. I know he couldn't really consult anyone, but he didn't even think about consulting. He wanted to make this fucking deal. Oh, did he mention, or I mentioned that he also has Hades' fucking powers now? Did I?
Pause for a moment. I'm sorry. I was unaware that I needed to consult with other people the things regarding my own fucking soul.
To be fair,
It is my responsibility and my soul, not yours.
You're right,
Sit
it's
down.
not mine. But I have to keep you fucking alive now, too. So
yeah, he sort of can't die.
Oh, he can. He made that very clear. He pointed out that he might be undead, but he can still die.
I mean, he's still undead.
It technically I can die. It is just extremely difficult.
Well, this is not okay.
Well, did you hear that? It's extremely difficult.
Even with conventional means, it is extremely. You saw me regrow my fucking arm, right? It's fine.
No, what I saw is you make a decision for all of us.
What decision?
He only made it for himself.
What decision did I make for all of you? You were going to kill Zeus anyway, yes?
Yeah.
Or were you going to? Or were you going to run?
Yeah, but now we're on a timeline, are we not?
No.
Because you know
that
damn
was
well.
not. That was not part of the deal.
Did you look at the fine print? It's Hades. You think he's not going to get the time limit?
No, that was not part of the agreement.
Did you mention
the agreement?
it? Did he mention? He's Hades. He can do whatever the fuck he wants, Yuri.
Yes, but we have
tomorrow and be like, hey, so your time's up. He can. This is not okay. I'm not okay with this. But you don't care. And I get it. It's your soul. That's fine. But if we don't succeed, I lose a friend. We all lose a friend.
Ola, if I'd like to point out, your view on things, as harsh as it is, and pardon me, it doesn't fucking matter. It's his soul.
Yeah, whatever. He did what he wanted. He got what he wanted.
Let me explain, okay? Do you think, when you stood before that man outside the theater, what did you notice about him? What is the one thing he hated most in this world?
His brother Zeus.
Exactly. Now he has someone who is going to help him deliver to him. And in the form of the ultimate irony. Hades is many things. A coward? No. A liar? No. A deal maker? Yes. The Lord of the Dead? Yes. But he would not, if he was going to simply kill us, he would have done it. It is that simple. No, we will have plenty of time to accomplish our task. He is the Lord of the Dead, and he is a patient man.
You were the one thing he couldn't touch, and now he can.
And now, I have to figure out how, but now, we have the ability, in addition to Creed, I possess his powers. I simply need to figure out how to work them, which should give us an advantage from fighting Zeus. Or any other fucking deity we come across. There are others out there.
Anything we come across.
That too. There are other things out there. There are other deities out there that we have to fight. It's not just about the moment. We have to think about the broad spectrum of everything else we're dealing with here. Besides, on the alternative chance, ask you a serious question. Do you honestly think we could have defeated that entire horde and then had the strength to fight him?
I like my odds.
We might have been able to do one of those two things, but not both of them.
Or is just gonna lower her head and look at the ground because she knows deep down that they're right.
Like, what do you like? We may have been able to handle a few thousand of the zombies. I'll be generous. 2,000, 3,000, maybe. Fuck it, 5,000. Okay. And then we're all dead. He gets the fort, and we can do nothing to stop Zeus. And everything, each and every single one of you want is fucking mute.
Not to mention the fact that being that we're dead, we'd basically be at his disposal anyways after.
Exactly. So now, not only did I am running the gamble that I might lose my soul, or what's left of it anyway, as cursed as it is. But that does not mean that everything is now at the end. We are alive. We have a fort. We have Creed. We have these mad bastards, and we have you. Okay.
And we have a cat somewhere snoozing.
Oh.
And a gnome.
The fact that we're here right now, okay. We have a lot of shit to do. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I've lived as a vampire for roughly 150, 200 years. Right? I'm not dying here on the shitty fucking castle. Thank you. No, I'm good to go with that. So a little bit of negotiation, a possible signing of my soul. We all walk away happy and go lucky. I honestly do not see a better way that I could have ended. Do any of you? Did anybody see a better way of doing that?
You could have killed him.
I doubt. Again, Creed. I didn't know.
You asked if there was another way. I saw it going well.
I mean no disrespect to you, but I don't think, to be completely fair, I don't think we could have gotten to him to kill him.
I mean, I murdered his niece. I think she is, anyways. I don't know. But I was told their family tree was rather complicated.
Zeus a hoe.
OOC. Every OOC. Literally every fucking Grecian myth starts with, but then Zeus was then Zeus was horny.
You all hear
Yep.
thunder and lightning crack overhead.
Speak of the fucking devil.
You see
am going
the arcs
inside.
of lightning scream from the west towards where you believe to be High Charity. At the fort of where you sit, it's a pretty clear line of sight between you and the tower. A third arc of lightning screams across the sky, cracking the clouds and lighting it up to almost looking like daytime. As you imagine, whatever has just occurred has really pissed off the big man in the tower.
You got him.
Oh, guys, Zeus must have not gotten laid last night.
We will have to send him a sheep. Fuck you, Zeus. God, I imagine he is quite pissed off. I'm in such a good mood about taking sleep tonight. I don't normally sleep.
I want you. And I cast a cantrip.
What is the cantrip?
What? Yeah.
Never mind, it won't do what I thought it would. I just read it. I was gonna cast Thunderclap.
Yeah, you just class Thunderclap and blast us all to fucking Kingdom Come.
No, thank you.
Funny the sound. I trust you guys to make your con saves.
I want to ask Yuri a question.
Yes, my friend.
Since you made a deal with Hades, would you mind if I took a sample of your blood to see if it changed any from being a vampire?
Sure.
You have his blood to begin with.
Actually, you're just gonna pull out an amulet. Literally a blood vial. And hand it to him. This is my blood before today. And well, do you have an ampule of some kind?
I think I do. Not actually, though.
A vial, a flask, a container of some kind.
I'm gonna empty my water skin.
I was gonna say that among your
Unless you're gonna let
random
me-
fucking supplies that you would have packed due to being an artificer, you would have some kind of container.
I was gonna say unless he's gonna let me have something, because I just looked at this like.
You would have some type of small vial that you could use, as well as the necessary equipment to draw the fluid, unless Yuri would like to volunteer his own services to do that.
Yeah, you're just gonna bite his finger, and let the blood drip into the vial.
Easily done.
There you go.
All right.
Do not drink that, by the way, unless you wish to become vampire.
Indeed.
For now, no. But thanks for letting me know.
It might actually save your life. If you are about to die, drink. It might save your life. I do want to
vials of it.
I do want to let you know that if for some reason any of you were about to die, I fully intended to bite the shit out of you.
Speaking of biting the shit out of people, how many days has it been since you last ate Yuri?
Oh, let's see. How many days has it been, Grim? How many days since we left the
It has been about a 2-day journey from Thurble to Broken Talon.
Okay. About 3 days.
It was 3 days the last time you asked.
Plenty of time.
When was the last time you ate?
Probably 4 days or so.
Wasn't it that dude that you gave to Leandros?
Ah, yes, that was a good meal.
Well, that's been like 6 or 7 days ago, I think.
Yeah, you didn't exactly eat in Thurble, so it's been a week and some change.
So, and you have to eat every 10 days, do you not?
10 or so. I get tired afterward.
Or I will hold your arm out.
You are just an elf, yes. You are sure you are just elf, right?
I am just sea elf. You need to eat. Just
No, like your great grandfather didn't fuck a deity or a celestial of some kind, yeah.
Yuri.
That's an important question.
As far as I know, there's no deities, celestials, anything in my being. Burn, am I correct in this?
Don't look at me.
I'm looking at you. I didn't put it in there, so I don't. I didn't put it in there. She's just sea elf.
Then she's just sea elf.
Yeah, don't look at me. It's your character.
If I bite the celestial blood, it 1 tastes horrible. 2 might actually kill me.
I'm double checking. I speak celestial, but I am not celestial.
Okay, good enough
That's
for me.
the language I chose.
Good enough for me. Thank you for the snack. Yuri's going to buy her arm now.
All right. So that whole thing's occurring as you guys are still sitting on top of the turret next to the cannon that fired the dust and smoke billowing into the wind. As you're trying to now think of what you're going to do next, you know that you need to go to Westminster at some point. You know you need to go back to Glacier Keep. And you know that you need to tell Leandros of what you've been able to do, so that, one, you can rest and get money and gear and other things, but also that you can start helping rebuild the fort as you destroyed the central building in it, along with some of the other minor buildings. It needs to have significant repair before it's able to be used again as an actual military training facility. But you all just kind of sit there for a moment as, for the first time, there's no exterior forces on you. It's quiet. The night sky is clear now that the thunder has stopped. The stars are out. The wind is cold but bearable. And you look upon the sea as it crashes against the shore. And you just feel a sense of accomplishment and calm for a moment. Letting the salted air enter your lungs and leave just as quickly as it showed up. Just to really get a sense of everything you've done, the scale of what you find yourself standing for. And then you hear a familiar voice behind you.
Hello, Leander.
Well, my bones are not as good as they used to be. All those stairs are killer on the knees. You all turn to see a shorter man with white hair and a black cloak. He has a large stick, a staff if you will, he's using as a cane, as his eyes glow a bright green color.
You are a friend, are
Should
you
we
not?
be concerned?
No.
Oh,
You are a friend, aren't you?
what's this stupid, like, serial killer that we're facing his name?
I am
What are we
not
calling
the
him
man you're speaking of. I am, as he takes a deep bow, Max the Magnificent.
Maximus, my
Oh,
boy!
Unicorn Man.
I was just
You
about to ask
can
if it was
call
Max.
me the Undying King.
Hey,
I
Unicorn Man.
believe it is time we all became acquainted. Now that it seems that one of your compatriots made a deal, and I am no longer tied to my fate of having to put violence towards people that I brought back here. Almost like a maker
just
turning
casually
against their
blows.
creations.
How do we know we can trust you, Maxie?
Well,
Because
for
if he was
starters,
going to kill us, would have done it already.
your vampire friend makes a good point. If I wanted to harm you, I would have done it instead of walking up the 8 flights of stairs on my old fucking legs.
But did you not try and harm us in the past?
Tomorrow's.
I don't remember trying to harm you. I remember sending monsters to find you, as you're very elusive, and you killed them with ease. And then I showed up to
You
speak to
sent them
Creed.
to... Alright, because he's allowed to talk to people. Gotcha. Right, you're that one.
Yes,
But you
I'm
did send those
that one.
monsters. You did send those monsters to harm us, though, Mr. Maxie.
I did not tell them to harm you. I don't have control over what they think. But those are also semantics.
Yes,
I
movies.
I have simply come forth to tell you that whatever threads have begun being weaved, every turn you seem to unravel them with utmost skill and in the strangest ways. It's almost as if you're... No, that can't be right. Creed, you've been awfully quiet.
It's been a rather eventful period of time.
I imagine as such. You seem different.
I guess coming to terms with one's own mortality and the ever-encroaching reach of time tends to do that.
That is an experience we both share, Mr. Creed. But you seem different in a way. Hold out your hand.
Yeah, Creed's not even gonna think twice.
He grabs it and looks at it, and as he looks at the top of your hand, you see the Ouroboros that you're so familiar with show up on it.
Well, that's definitely new.
Well, I can tell you, Mr. Creed, it is not the same marking you remember. It marks you as something different. Nez, Aura, hold up your hands as well.
Aura keeps hers behind her back.
I'll hold up my hand.
Don't be a pain. Put your hand out.
I don't trust him.
It's fine. If Creed trusts him, I trust Creed. Therefore, I trust him.
Creed, if I put
I
my
agree with
hand
your
up,
statement.
if I put my hand up, Creed, I'm only taking Creed's word for this. I don't care what Max has to say, and I don't care what the rest of you have to say.
I am simply
Creed.
asking you to just hold out your hand. I am not going to be near you, Aura.
Creed, can I trust him?
I mean, I say so, but then again, I trusted the man before. I trusted him when he sent pings to try and get our attention, so... And I'll do like the fucking half, like six, and, like the half and hand, I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah, the weight balancing, the
yeah.
Aura's gonna look at Max. Maxie boy, if I give you my hand and you do us wrong, you can bet you're fucking damn sure that I will haunt you from the other side and I will make your life a living fucking hell.
My life
Deal?
is already a hell, and I'm asking you simply to hold out your hand in front of you. I do not wish to touch you or be near you in any way.
Fine. As Aura like tentatively brings her hand out from behind her back, never losing eye contact with Max as she raises it.
You hold your hand out, and you and Nez see on the back of your hand the shape of the Ouroboros form, a snake eating its own tail, almost as if it swims and slithers up your arm and then nestles as a black inked tattoo on the top of your hand.
That wasn't there before. The fuck did you do to me, Max?
I did nothing. That mark tells me all that I need to know. You have a crystal in New Haven, do you not?
Nope. I don't. I don't know if the rest of them do, but I don't.
I will answer my own question. You have a crystal in New Haven.
Well, I mean, there is a crystal in New Haven, but it's not mine.
Ignoring that, the crystal's name is the Eternal Watch. I imagine you all came in contact with it. And don't bother saying you didn't, because the mark on your hand tells me that you have.
Oh, I have. Have you guys?
I imagine you all had a vision of a different colored crystal.
May have.
I did.
Well, then it seems that you have been marked and set on a path. To what end, I'm not quite sure. You see, the Eternal Watch is what I am a part of. An order of beings that have been entrusted with maintaining the balance. We cannot directly interfere. We simply make sure that everything goes forward as it's planned to be. A group of heroes gave us the moment to save Creed. We aligned the threads so you would all wind up here with him at the same time. Now, I was not back in my flesh, if you would call it that, when this happened, but I am here now. And due to your compatriots' deal with Hades, he no longer sees you as a threat, but as a tool. So I am no longer driven to violence. I am driven simply to be in awe of your creativity, your intrigue, your deception, your knowledge, of seeing all of you rise to your own challenges. An interesting event, to say the least. But I will give you this, is that those marks give you more than what you bargained for. Those crystals, if you revive them, bring them back from their dormant state, should stabilize this world that you find yourself in. It should at least help the world become normal. The magic is flowing in one direction, towards high charity. That's causing a lot of instability in what we call the magics, the energy. We don't know why, but it's going there. Activating these crystals would divert the energy back into the realm around it, stabilizing everything else and hopefully giving you something in return. I do know one of them is in Martyr's Wake. A touchy subject for two of us here. I hope that with the pact that has been formed by Yuri with Hades, that I do not find myself on the end of your blades, as I would not wish to bring pain and violence upon those that I believe are the salvation of this world.
Before you, if I may, Max, before you depart, may I have questions to ask of you.
You may speak, and I can try my best to help.
Were you not in the same position I now find?
being in the pact of someone you never wish to truly serve?
In service to Hades.
I was not in service. I was resurrected and enslaved. I am now been given a little bit more leash.
Well, that answers all of my questions then, because the following questions are rather mute now, I suppose.
I do have one gift. I'm not sure which of you would like to carry this. Well, I speak plainly. I have two. Two things that I believe that I have kept safe that I believe will be of use to you all now. They are two items of the past heroes that I helped overcome the situation they found themselves in, that I believe will help you in this time going forward. The first is a claw, specifically the claw of a beast that was slain by Creed and his compatriots upon the throne room in Ravenholm all those years ago. It's the claw of the beast of Yumgarl. And he holds out this almost gauntlet-like weapon that has these rending claws coming off the end of it, almost as if they'd taken the forearm and bolted it directly to the metal, as you swear the fingers of the blades still twitch. The long black serrated blades extend from the maroon and bloodied hand attached to a gunmetal bracer, allowing a user to strike with the force of the monster that was killed that once held this weapon.
I kind of want that.
Oh, let's see real quick. I have Pact of the Blade, right?
Yeah.
If I'm reading it right, I can make literally anything a power weapon.
Yes.
Okay.
It takes time.
Yeah, but anything can be. I don't have to be proficient with it. I get proficiency when I packed it.
Yes. That is correct.
And the other item?
The other one is a simpler one. One that is, instead of breaking, is meant to fix what is broken. It is a golden gauntlet with a caduceus in the top of the hand, along with gems that sit quaintly upon the knuckles. This was used by a cleric many years ago, and it seems to assist those who wish to mend the broken. And I would imagine that with what threats you may face, all healing, magical or otherwise, is beneficial.
Well, if there's no takers, then
I zoned out. Sorry.
if there are no takers, then I will take the gauntlet.
It is not a weapon that I am proficient in. I do not believe.
No, Yuri can have it if no one else wants it. The claw thing, right?
Hey,
Grim, I'm imagining
having
it's
that.
literally the claw of Abaddon.
Essentially. Except
Oh,
it's a
that's
Broodlord
sexy.
claw.
Oh, that's sexy. So is it like one claw, one singular claw, or a bunch
It's essentially the arm of the Broodlord y'all cut off that has been bolted to a bracer. So the 3 clawed fingers of the Broodlord come off the front of the hand. And essentially,
So
it's a mantis blade with extra steps.
Yeah, Yuri wants it.
Look, I like Abaddon. Leave me alone. Okay, that dude's a fucking Chad. Also, I don't know if you can hear my dryer behind me, but I apologize if you can.
It's fine.
It's not here.
When the offspring song came in my head, as I said, keep it full.
What was that?
Like I was like saying, give it to him, and then like offspring just like popped up in my head.
Give
Put
it
the
away,
song,
give it away,
to me.
give it away.
Yeah.
Oh god. And what's
So,
the second
nice.
item you
The
speak of?
second item was the Healer's Gauntlet. A
Probably
gauntlet
really
meant to
cool.
increase healing.
Who has the
we,
best healing spell?
I was about to say, yeah, we
Can
don't
it
have
be
a fucking
combined
dead.
with a spell?
I can heal. Actually,
But who has the best healing abilities?
Pretty sure it's him.
Do we know?
But fair enough.
True.
Well,
I'm pretty sure
I
it's
mean-
him. Outside of Creed's paladin healing, from lay on hands.
yeah, I'd say either one of them.
Yeah. Creator.
I have cure wounds.
Oh, then yeah.
You
You have cure
have
wounds.
non-magical cure wounds.
But yes, I have
I have
non-magical
cure
cure
wounds.
wounds.
I have magical.
Well,
cure
non-magical
wounds.
cure wounds sounds like you should be the one to take it then, because
The-
you'll have the
the
least chance of
safer
failing
bet.
with the healing.
Then yep,
Cure
I guess
wounds is only at level 1, so it doesn't go any higher than that, so it's hard to fail those.
you can cast.
Granted,
You can
this is
upcast.
me talking.
You can upcast it.
Oh, I have
Yeah,
No,
third
you
it's
level.
not in any of the other levels.
Yeah, you can. You can. I think as a you're straight druid, right? You're not multi.
I'm straight druid, but it only pops up under first level. Most of the multi-levels pop up under all of them.
Oh,
I could have swore you could upcast cure wounds.
It changes when my person is at a higher level. It changes.
Okay. Well,
Oh,
I
I
see.
guess
that's interesting.
fair enough. I guess she doesn't have high enough caster level or something.
Well, no, because she's straight druid. I'm just.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm getting out of the
well,
character.
Which is weird.
Boys.
I
No,
don't
it's
know.
weird because
fair.
it says it's only under first level, but on the thing it says at higher
Yeah.
levels when you cast a spell using a spell slot of second level or higher, but there is no spell slot under second level or higher. So I don't understand.
You just you would basically say you're gonna like you know how you have your spells listed, right? And you have the
Mhm.
different slots.
I'll
You can
just
just
pick
say
the level.
yeah, you just click the level and then do what it says within cure wounds at that levels. I was about to say I swear you could have upcasted it. I was like,
Yeah.
So
You can, it just
who's
doesn't pop up
taking
under the other
what?
levels. Well, I have magical cure wounds, but with my luck, I don't think I should have it.
nope, you're getting it because you now have by dint of having that you have the best healing skill. Therefore, you're getting the healer item.
Okay.
Oh, hold on. Is Nameless
to
cure
Chaos.
wounds magical? Is Nameless is cure wounds magical?
Nameless
Probably
is a
not, 'cause he's a
ranger,
ranger.
so yes.
But
Oh.
he can't cast it nearly as high as you can. Ranger spellcasting is like paladin spellcasting, where it's gimped, whereas druid is a true caster.
It's mine. Give it to the chaos.
Alrighty. Alright, so Yuri, I will add, because you want the claw,
Yes, the claw.
you're going to have to give up one of your items. One of your magical
One of
items.
my magical items. I'm talking about the ones I have attuned to me.
Yes.
That's fine. I'll take a look at which one
You
I
have
want
to
to drop.
unattune one of them. But yeah,
I'll-
go ahead and
I'll-
refresh. It's in your inventory.
Bet.
I only have
I need
one
to-
attuned to me.
I'm gonna have to rework it because D&D Beyond doesn't account for Pact of the Blade weapons. It doesn't change their stats. That's why I created the packed rapier under other.
And then, Jenna, go ahead and refresh your sheet. You should also have it.
Should have the gauntlet.
Healer's Gauntlet. Yes.
I do. And do I click the box to attune it to myself?
Yes. If it isn't already, you can do so.
It is now attuned to me.
Excellent.
I don't know what it does, but let's read, shall we?
Don't read it out loud.
Fine.
Keep it to yourself.
I'm not. I am.
I feel like trying to understand the family tree for Greek mythology is just that one scene for fucking It's Always Sunny.
Yep.
With
the string. Yep.
Yeah, with the string.
Yeah, no, that's basically it.
Because I was like, oh, you know what? I was trying to figure out exactly how, how I need to explain to Hades that I kind of killed Athena. It's like Uncle, but not.
I read the description. I'm gonna go ahead and, since I am attuning it, I'm gonna go ahead and do the modifier for my strength.
Okay. So you guys take the items. He gives them to Aura and Yuri. And he goes, well, I imagine that you will be on your way. It seems that you have quite a walk. As he just kind of like holds his hand over his eyes, is like peering due east towards New Haven. He's like, yes, a few days at least.
What fun. Well, shall we have a rest and then head out or something?
I suggest if you were to head out that you would take the stairs.
I would recommend we take a nap before we head out. I have to admit, I don't even sleep, and I am tired.
A nap and some coffee.
You like in your coffee.
As much as I know that you wish for sleep, I do insist you take the stairs.
I'll give you a hint. That's not a recommendation.
Well, all right. We'll find somewhere else to rest. I'm heading towards the stairs, I guess.
Oh, Gray's gonna go down the stairs.
Alright, so you guys all head towards the stairs. You go to walk down. Max simply steps to the side with a smile across his face as he goes, I hope you fulfill what you're looking to do. You have quite the weight on your shoulders. Here's hoping that the threads speak of your legends forever to come. And as you all step into the stairway leading downward, you all find yourself in the plaza of New Haven.
Well, that's a neat trick.
To be honest, it could have been worse, and I was anticipating it being worse. So I'm not going to say no.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, let's see. The New Haven is that town that was fucking destroyed, right? I think this place is a fucking ruin.
No, Glacier Keep was the one that's a complete ruin. This one was filled with scavs. You guys moved the crystal here to keep it from being attacked by the gods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's still a shithole that has no people in it.
It has people in it. Everyone who was in the Keeper's Tomb has moved to New Haven.
Ah.
Like, you
So,
have
what
actual
really-
shops and towns.
It's the
and,
new
like,
base.
it's people are actually, like, living in buildings now and, like, cooking and being outside. It is a completely change of attitude from everyone who was in the Keeper's Tomb, where it was dark, dreary, and full of
Oh.
terrors constantly.
So we control New Haven, Thurble, and Broken Talon now, yes, because we just
Yes.
took back Broken Talon.
Yes.
Yep.
Well, the 3/4 of it that still stands.
Yes.
I
You're
may have
welcome.
had a little part to do with the damage.
Hey, I took the leash off, so
But the boom
had
was
I not
great.
taken the leash off, you probably wouldn't have had to.
Yeah, probably not.
So you
Well,
find
rebuild.
yourself standing in New Haven. Around you, the aroma of food and drink being made, of laughing children, of conversations that seem to have a happy tone behind them. A town that is alive and well. Just sounds around you as a resonating idea of what you've done is good things. You see soldiers walk around the streets and checking on people. You see people having sit-downs and playing games. And you seem like you can rest here if you so choose. You are spotted by one of the sergeants, one of the other rattling teams that has been working through, and they wave you over to a large building in New Haven that has been put together to act as a barracks for the active duty resistance members. You guys are waved in to see it full of people that all wear the yellow bands on their arm. You recognize some of them from Thurble. You recognize some of them from elsewhere. But you see a lot of them in here, those that you haven't seen in a while, that all seem to be in this barracks. A kitchen is set up, along with other amenities that are necessary. And as you're finding your spots, you have a specific room towards the end on the first floor, specifically meant for all of you. You set your gear down, and you make yourself comfortable. As Leandros walks up to the door with a crisp knock on the door frame. Simply looks to you and goes, "Well, you have made quite a dent. I just got word that Thurble has come back underneath Resistance favor. Apparently you struck quite a chord with those there, where we have a large number of recruits coming from the farmlands, including all the food and materials we could use to feed those who need it. Have you gone to Broken Talon yet?"
Yes.
"How'd you get back here so quickly if you did?"
Boys?
He met somebody. He said to take the stairs. We took the stairs. We were here.
Interesting. You must have ran into someone with power to spare. Well, you're here. Is Broken Talon under control? Are the scavs removed? Buildings secured? What happened?
What's left of it?
Oh, that sounds like a fun report to have on my desk in the morning.
Let's just say there was a big boom. Because, my tingly fingies kind of fucker-wuckered us. And I let something off a leash.
He holds up his hand and goes, "Just put it in the report for the morning. It is late, and I'm going to go elsewhere." And he He goes, "Good job, all of you. You are doing well. With all these new people, hopefully we'll be able to get Glacier Keep up and going again. Maybe even take back Ravenholm. Here's hoping." And he walks away, and as you look outside, you realize that it is not late. It's like 1 in the afternoon. He's wandered away from whatever the fuck was happening. And so you all just chill out.
I'm going to ask you to stop using those words in that particular order, please. Thank you.
Tingly Finglies with fucker record?
Yes, those. I feel the same pressure in my head as when they were asking me for the fucking papers.
Or she's gonna jump up and tap Yuri on the head, like, it's okay.
God, I want to kill something.
Points at a random small child.
Why would I kill a child? Child is innocent.
Mr. Yuri, you have a letter.
Da?
And you see it is a short dwarf wearing what looks to be a postal uniform hands you a large manila envelope and steps out of the room, closing the door behind him.
The fuck?
Oh, is that your soul contract, Yuri? Is that what that is?
Yeah, maybe.
You see it is addressed from Freya.
The bunny girl. I will read letter.
You open the large manila envelope.
Not that loud.
You open the large manila envelope, and inside is a large piece of what looks to be parchment folded in half, as the manila envelope is easily 8.5 by 11. And so this is a large piece of paper that's in here that's been folded already. And then there's a small note that goes with it that simply says, "I heard about your plan, so I made you something that may help in future endeavors."
Look into bag.
So you pull the large piece of paper out from inside the manila envelope, and you unfold it, and it is a old school wanted poster with Creed's face on it.
Or just starts laughing.
Do any of them see it? Or
Yes.
can I just...
You're in like a community bunk room with the rest of your team.
Or just just gonna look at Yuri and be like, "Hey, Yuri, there's the wanted poster they wanted while I was
All
in the
right,
backpack."
look, real shit question. Is it at least a good poster of me?
It is very good. It is
Okay, good.
It is like the picture you send me of like how Creed looks. It's like Creed giving like a snarky like Bruce Campbell smile and a wink with a thumbs up.
I understand it's not a big deal, but I at least want it to be a good, wanted poster.
Yeah.
How much is his bounty?
It's an absorbent amount of money that doesn't make sense.
I'm basically Gordon Freeman, all right? Like, that's what Creed is. I don't think there's enough money possible to offer that people would try to come after Creed.
It is something listed as a number that you haven't seen before. It's listed as 50,000 platinum.
Creed, if we ever need money, I want you to understand we're gonna do the whole thing we did at the keep again, and I'm gonna kill everyone and everything inside after getting them. I just want you to understand that.
Or is gonna look at Yuri and be like, "Hey, Yuri, there's your wanted poster. Too bad there's no one to give it to anymore."
I am fucking sure I can find someone to get it.
Or she's gonna sit there and continue chuckling to herself because she thinks this is fucking hilarious because she lived the whole experience with Yuri in his backpack as a fucking rabbit.
Yeah, so you have a nice little flyer from Freya. She heard about your shenanigans and is like, this would probably be useful for him in future endeavors. And you're able to rest and relax, and you feel that it is a good place to cool your heels for a minute before you set out, as to either destination you wish to go to will be quite a trek and will be arduous. Though you have made a pact with Hades, or one of you has specifically, does not mean that the native undead will not attack you, or other threats that may exist along this area. As you know that Ares Mars Company is still a large factor and controls Westminster. And of course, the undead that have overrun Glacier Keep are a problem. But you feel that that is a tomorrow issue, as you all settle down to just not think about a damn thing, as you've been through quite a lot over the past week of just dealing with the situation in Thurible, meeting the nemesis of the Blight Piper, making a pact with a god out of desperation or creativity, in stopping an invasion of the undead and your inevitable demise if you were to face it, as well as killing a monster with a very large howitzer. It's been a good week, a tiring one. And for once, you all sleep soundly. After a long rest, you wake up to the sound of bells. Not of alarm, but out of celebration, as it seems to be the anniversary of the harvest, one that has not been done for quite some time. And it's a joyful experience for those that are here, as you made it possible for them to actually celebrate it, to no longer be cramped inside the tomb, to be able to step out of the hole they have found themselves pushed into and allow themselves some happiness. And all
They
is...
seem real happy.
Yeah. I mean, you feel it too. You know, you feel that it is a pretty good situation. You know, that it's something simple, easy. And you know, some of you get up and go assist with the festivities. And as you find yourself helping with building, Okros, you find yourself helping with lifting and cooking and getting everything set up and put together. You know, Creed, you find yourself just walking around and mingling. Here you find a spring in your step as you walk about, speaking and helping and using your charisma to the best of your advantage. And or you find yourself helping Okros with his cooking, as Warfriend and Nameless still remain soundly sleeping as they go.
Oh, I'm gonna play with the kids with the water.
You
that
can
works
also
too.
do that. You have time to do many a thing, as you feel like there is no pressure. And even though you haven't discovered what new powers that you may have hold with the brand that sits on your chest, you feel not compelled. You feel good. A whistle cuts through the air and catches all of your ears. No one else seems to hear it except you five. And it seems to be coming from everywhere at once. It continues to cut through the air, sending a shiver down all of your spines, the hair on the back of your neck standing up. As your eyes are all drawn to the main road leading out of New Haven to the west. As you see a single figure standing there with the newly risen sun against its back. And as you look at it, you feel a knot in your stomach. You realize who it is. And as you begin to move to find who it was, you bring your eyes up to meet it, and it disappears from where it once stood. The whistle echoing throughout the town as the festivities continue, as the sound returns to your ears.
What this is?
This is where we find out where the final 5 models of Cylon.
You
What do I
believe
roll
that
then?
you saw the Piper. He came to visit you where you sleep. Because as you looked, it disappeared from view, the whistle being the only thing left of its presence.
Fucking Piper.
Again, everyone else around you seemed to not notice what had happened.
We had one good day, and the Piper has to show up. Piper's like, no happy.
But as it disappears, the whistle fading off into memory, the chill still running up and down your spine, but settling after a few minutes. You find yourself re-pulled into the festivities around you, pulled into things that you were focused on for a moment, and everything goes to pass. And you spend a day celebrating a harvest, celebrating a life outside of the tomb for a moment. And you continue to celebrate that day however you see fit. But that is where we end our session.
Frickin'
Character-wise, do what I sent you.
Yep, I'll help you out with that in but a second.
Where he gets arrested for public indecency.
Great, it's a risk for public indecency. Wonderful. So let's do a quick breaky break, a little breakdown action, and then we'll release everyone. And then Stella, I'll help you rename your stuff or show you how.
Uh-oh.
Well, that and the other question I sent you of looking at the blood samples.
Ah, yes. We'll talk about that as well.
And that's actually 3, to remind you. Because I took a blood sample from the bear.
Ah, yes.
Up
You
at
took
the
the
original
bear. Yes, the bear.
Ah, bears.
Daw bears.
Daw
Alright,
bears
Daw bears
are horrible right now.
Starting, yeah, they are.
The Aura Bear.
Starting with Aura. Favorite moments.
Oh God. The wanted poster from Freya. That's probably the best fucking part. That actually made my entire fucking session. But honestly, how like deeply I fell into the roleplay today definitely is one. It's like, yeah, I got it. I was emotional.
Yeah. It's the only
During
thing I
that
would
one
say
part.
with your roleplay is to, when in a narrative session, is look for openings, because you wound up talking over a couple of narrative pieces, but I mean you're also still learning, so like I'm not gonna fault you for it. But other than that, you did really well at the role play. You knew how your character would react. You knew how you would react. You know how to actually make it sound as your character's reacting, which is very good. Very proud.
Indeed.
It's the drama in me.
The drama.
The
You
drama
are the
llama.
drama.
No, I'm a theater kid. I've done theater since middle school. Like I'm a
You're
theater
also just the drama, so you're used to it.
kid. Shush.
No.
But yeah,
I'm
no,
right,
that
you
was
know it.
probably my. Yeah, okay. I'm a drama llama. We know. Shush. It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's like probably my favorite session so far, and I say that every time I know, but this one just takes the cake.
Wonderful. Mr. Creed.
Not even anything to do with the actual session itself. It was people trying to make plans, and I literally left them on red.
That-
I was like, hey, I'm driving. When I get a chance, I'll pull up my phone. I'll make sure Creed actually understands how to make this cannon work. All right, stand by. And then you're like, we're all still on standby. What do you mean? Oh.
I never responded.
Yeah, I was like,
shit.
Yeah.
Whoops.
What are you
We're
saying?
sitting here
You-
like,
you
Creed's
could,
coming up with
like,
some
fire
master
it?
plan.
Yeah, you're like, dude, I don't know what the fuck Creed's about to do. It's gonna be fucking wild, though. Like, it's gonna be completely honest. Oh, I forgot.
Yeah.
I was half expecting you guys to be like, yeah, we fired the cannon at Hades, and I'd be like, well,
I
that's
was
the thing.
expecting that to be
Also-
what
but then
happened.
it was also way funnier that you didn't, and then immediately turned to charge 3 cannon like point blank at a monster.
He's like, well,
Out of curiosity.
Oh God, I can't believe you did that.
I highly doubt that round would have actually done anything.
Oh, went
Out
straight
of
through.
curiosity.
What's your
What
question?
up, Thor? What up, Jenna?
Out of curiosity, what would have happened had they fired that cannon at Hades like they were going to?
So, it depends on when they fired it. If they fired it when you guys started your conversation was a few minutes, and so the round probably would have landed after about 90 or so seconds. So it just depends on how accurate Nez was with it, because he was also waiting for you guys to like show a signal if something bad was happening, like if you were trying to set up a shot. So it's still kind of in the air, because I'm not going to speak for them. They could have, they might have, they may not have. It would have just been the same thing over again. Who's to fucking say? But if they had fired it, there's still a chance of it like actually landing. It hopefully wouldn't have just blown you guys up entirely. If you were still on the carriage, if they fired it early, you know, it's the whole thing. We're not going to talk about it. We're not going to think about it. It's fine.
Hey. No, basically, like, for, like, my perspective, I did not want to fire it if they were, like, gonna get hit by it. Unless, like, it was, like, they were in danger.
Mm-hmm.
What's a little friendly fire amongst friends? You know,
that would have been where the friendly fire would have came up.
Yeah.
I doubt
if they
it
were
would've
in
killed
danger.
it. I doubt it would have killed Hades, but it definitely would have killed us.
It may have pissed off Hades. It would definitely evaporated you two.
Yeah, like we would have been like, Eureka can regenerate 90% of his body. Not that. Not from that. You can't regenerate when you're salsa, bro.
See, you probably would have already been dead, so that's why I would have fired it. I gotta make sure we live.
now this is off topic, but is related.
Yeah.
So you say it wouldn't have done anything. There's actually a really cool video where it's a bunch of reenactors who have fully functional cannons built to Civil War specs, and they actually tested the different type of projectiles they used. And like, I don't even know the specific type around the cone-shaped rounds they used in the cannons of the Civil War. They put it up against like 1980s steel, and it went straight through and didn't even hesitate.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think he's a god, but
if it hit him
He would've
directly, it
taken
would
a
have been a
hurt.
bad time. Like it would have definitely dealt some damage. Probably not enough to kill him, but it would have definitely dealt some fucking damage.
He's
would've been a
not
sucker
going to be
punch.
feeling good.
No, he's gonna be very unhappy with the situation. Because, you know, you
And
fired
then
that
y'all gonna
direct
die.
at a monster and it just fucking exploded into salsa. So, you can imagine what it would do at a distance. But yeah, Creed, any other fun moments that you can think of?
I do enjoy seeing Max. So that does make me happy. I was really expecting you to pull some bait and switch crap, and all of a sudden we're 13 years further into the future, and everyone's like, "Oh, this sucks." And Creed's like, "What? Your first time?
What, is this your first time getting time looped?
Come on, no."
There's a reason he was using those words in particular instead of just telling you what he was doing.
This time wasn't convenient enough. Don't worry, we got another one.
No, it's
Max angers
it's
me.
Yuri will figure it out down the road why Max was using very specific wording. But we'll cross that road when we get there.
Or no, like Max.
Max
That's
is a nice
fine.
guy.
Max is a good dude. You just happened to meet him when he was resurrected against his will and became
Max?
a living weapon.
Max, good guy. Undying King, kind of a dick.
That is kind of a good separation of characters.
Yeah.
Max the Magnificent, wonderful person. Love to have him around. Real helpful. Good with magic. Undying King, fuck that guy. Kind of a douchebag.
That's basically it.
Good at his job. Hate him. Hate his guts. Are they the same person? Yeah. Your point? It's like work hat, not work hat. Just kind of...
Yeah.
Fucking Aura
Stealth.
being stubborn with her hands behind her back.
He was about to fucking dominate person you, by the way. Like, he was just like, just show me your fucking hand. And you're like, no, I refuse.
I don't know. What does Creed say? Yeah, because Creed is definitely unbiased source in this conversation.
Right.
But still, what you got for your favorite moments?
How loud is this gonna be? Pulls.
Pulls
Yeah.
cord.
I liked that moment a lot too.
That was like top. The other is getting the blood from Yuri.
Mm-hmm.
Between both the blood samples.
I'm curious what you intend to do with those.
Drink them.
I want to
Wouldn't
learn.
you like to know?
I want to learn what?
What makes you
come on,
tick
man.
so we can eliminate
How to
you?
be a vampire?
Not even that. Like, is there a difference when the god gives you a power? Like, does your blood and cells like change or not?
Oh, he's gonna pull a sick prank on someone. They'll go to drink a mug of coffee or something, and they'll be like, "Ha! Joke's on you! You're a vampire now."
Yeah.
Jesus.
What is this like Among Us? But instead of
Among
like
Us. It's
grabbing
Among Us in
someone, like
D&D.
it's just like,
oh god.
here's your coffee, bitch.
Nez is the traitor. Nez is the traitor. Emergency meeting.
Of course, that's the changeling. Fuck. No.
Says that. Oh, I'm sorry, Aura, but for you tumbling across,
Oh, fuck.
that cracked me up. The nat one you got,
was really
and
bad.
like it just like
Fucking
screwing
nat
you
one.
over on my fire.
That was amazing timing.
The dice god go out to get me.
How bad could
Every
it
time
be?
it needs to
Rolls
be-
a nat 1, gets fucking yorded across the stones.
Yeah.
Every time the dice needs to play in my favor, it's like, no, you get a 1. Just a 1. Add some spice. Add some spice into this.
Spice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess the last thing for out of character, when you played the Piper sound, for some reason I went to the ice cream man.
My brain went to the Hunger Games.
Yeah, I was
Like, where's
messaging.
Katniss
I got
Everdeen?
like hungry when you played that, and I told Rex, I'm like, it's the ice cream man.
The ice cream.
Yeah,
I
I was like, oh
Katniss.
shit, it's the Piper. He's like, it's the ice cream man.
I'm like, it's Katniss Everdeen.
Oh no. Alright, Rexus, your
Like I
favorite
told him the
moment?
second thing was Piper.
I mean, yeah, the Nat one was amazing. The out of character interaction between me and Stealth, where I was just instantly like, "Oh no, it's the Piper," and he was like, "I want ice cream." That was pretty great too.
Jeez.
I mean, honestly, a lot of the things I liked were already covered. I did something that wasn't covered that I did like. Well, I mentioned it in your chat during the stream. I really liked how when you got the voice fixed, it actually kind of sounds like it was voice emanating from within, like, crackling flame.
Yes.
That was really cool.
I hated that voice mod.
Good.
It was a good session.
Awesome. Cactus, the Duke of Moisture.
What?
The Prince of Poke. Honestly, there's a lot of good ones from this one for me. Jenna, very good roleplay. I'm genuinely proud of you. You went from having no roleplay experience to being able to actually send it. So proud of you for that.
Yeah.
Pull string, go boom. Yes, sir. Love to hear it. Love to see it. Your tinnitus is not service related. Don't worry about it.
There is good news here if you think about it in the grand scheme, though. There is no VA.
Yeah, this is true.
VA.
This is true. There is no VA to fuck you.
It's just if the cleric or paladin wants to use their healing hands on you or not.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna post something in fucking links. I am now one step closer to my.
Oh, jeez.
go.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Become fucking Aragorn over here.
No, that's not
I knew
Aragorn.
that's why
That's
you made that deal.
what? Oh, I forgot his name.
Italian.
Italian. Yeah, Shadow of War.
Yeah.
I went when playing playing Shadow of War. As soon as I got the option, I was like, done. Send it, bro. I get dope ass green effects, bro. Like, not done.
Yeah, fair.
But no, like, I love getting like whenever I get to actually like get into Yuri's character, I like to do it because a vampire is genuinely an evil thing. Like, they are not a good thing. They are unholy.
Tell that to Sparkles.
They are unholy by definition. But by being able to play a person who is a evil good person, right? It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
It's like yeah, I am evil. I'm a vampire. Like, there's, but
No, what's the line from Wreck-It Ralph? Just because you're a bad guy does not
Doesn't
mean you're a bad
you're
guy.
a bad guy. Yeah.
yeah, just
Doesn't
because I'm a
mean
bad
you're a
guy.
bad guy.
Wow.
Just because I'm a bad
my
guy
friend
doesn't mean I'm a
that's-
bad person.
My friend that's kept a logbook of my gameplay just texted me. She's like, adds to list. Jenna can't roll fucking dice.
Yeah, fucking like it was a great session overall. I like what you were going with for Hades' original voice. I like what you. I'm tracking that.
It was just
you
the
know?
reverb was fucking up.
It was way too deep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate it's like it sounds good on mine and then it doesn't come through on the other one. That's annoying. Because I was like, oh, this is actually like a really good one. And I tuned it and it was just like, nope. And I was like, fuck.
And I'm looking forward to all of the fun RP options that's going to come along with all of the unforeseen consequences.
Oh,
yes.
my.
Oh,
Because right now you're using that mindset of like, look, I don't even have what the hell more can you do to me?
Oh, don't
I
worry.
mean, that's kind of what I was thinking when Jenna was all like, but your soul. I was like, he's a vampire.
I don't even have
He
one.
said he
yeah.
has a soul. He said he had
So
Put your
there-
soul. Put my soul.
So there was one thing I was actually hoping Jenna was gonna bring up because she would have heard the conversation between Yuri and Hades, where Hades asked him, "You weren't always like this, were you?"
And yeah, you're.
I was gonna bring that up, but I'm like, no, we all know he wasn't always a vampire, don't we?
No.
No.
You've only ever known him as a
we
vampire.
Knew.
No.
No.
I thought we knew.
No. That would have been a very big story evident, oh my god, kind of point in the situation for you.
Yeah, he's not always.
Fucking knew.
Like, he's old. He's a couple hundred years old, but he's not always been a vampire. He was a human.
He told you that he
in the
wants
tavern.
revenge on someone because they cursed him. He never talked about why he wanted revenge past that. And it's the reason is that he was given the curse of vampirism. He was changed into a monster.
Okay, so Aura should maybe bring that up next game.
A little bit. You know, probably maybe. Yeah, but
No,
I kind of liked how this
you
whole
mentioned it in
went.
the
This whole
tavern.
I like how this whole session went, because I wasn't really sure how I was gonna do it. Because in the beginning I was like, oh well, they're gonna have to fight a monster, and you guys were super hesitant to fight it. I was like, okay, let's up the stakes. Let's turn into Helm's Deep. And it was
Let's
just
have
like,
Hades come out and play.
yeah, basically. I was like, all right. They keep hearing about the Big Bad. They keep hearing about how he's able to see them and send stuff after them. It's like, all right, cool. Let's up the fucking ante. Let's make it 6, 7, 8, 9,000 undead creatures surrounding the fort with one rampaging monster inside.
I did have an idea, but when I realized we were actually using modern artillery, it kind of threw that out the window. So
Unfortunately, it is Ravenholm tech, so it is closer to modern. But yeah, so it's definitely giving that option. And then, you know, Yuri was like, I'm gonna fly and talk to Hades, and I was like, oh, this is gonna go poorly. And then Cactus messaged me, hey, I don't have a pact bond. I don't have a patron. And I was like, do it. Do it.
Yeah,
Do it.
I can't. My original plan was to like try to stall for time. Like that genuinely was my original plan, was to stall for time.
Yeah.
And then I realized, wait a minute. Yuri's a warlock, but doesn't have a fucking pact master.
Just had a hold up moment.
I can use this. I can use this.
Back your brain's like, it's free real estate.
Yeah, the back of my brain went, it's free real estate.
Yeah, basically.
Hey, buddy. How you doing?
Blindside Aura. Well, she's out there with you, because that could have gone bad real bad.
That happens sometimes. But like that changed up the momentum of the whole thing, and I was like, oh, well then in that case, like the combat's not gonna happen because Hades isn't gonna let his new, you know, worker, his new employee die at the hands of undead slaves. And you know, it was gonna like remove and be like, fine, I'm not gonna raise the countryside if you're gonna do this for me, because I know you care about all these people. So fine, all right, I'll do you a solid. You're doing me one. And you were like, I want to kill Zeus. He was like, oh really?
Yeah, he's like, well, you had me in the start, and you still got me. Let's hear what you got, kid.
You still got it. Let's go.
Let's just say Nez wasn't the only one at half-mast.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
But I liked how y'all responded to the world. Like Okros falling into the stairwell and being like, where the fuck is everybody?
Yeah.
Just the playing around of like, I don't know where anyone is. I'm confused. I'm scared. I don't know what's happening. You guys kind of being like, where the fuck is Okros? Like, we're on this floor. Where the fuck is he? We hear him. And then y'all being like, all right, we're not going outside. We're not going to deal with that fucking thing. No. There's another way for us to deal with this. And then getting to that whole situation. And then like having that talk of Max of being like, yeah, you've been touched by the crystal. You've essentially become a member of the Eternal Watch. Like, this is your job
Let
now.
me see your hands. No.
Yeah, show me your fucking hand.
I don't
no.
want to.
Just show
Spit
me
it
your
out.
fucking hand.
Spit it out.
Yeah.
Spit it out.
Right?
Just show me your hand. No. Just show me your fucking hand. No. It's He's just like breathing heavily, just like.
Do you expect any less from Aura, who has trust and daddy
No,
issues?
but listen, I don't expect a lot anymore, but like but it's like that setup, and then like him getting you guys back to New Haven, and I was like, all right, because Stealth was like, oh, if we end it here, I can check my samples, and I was like, no, I don't want to end it here. I want to end it on a better note, because I want them to know who they're actually gonna be fighting. And I found that soundbite and was like, yes.
The ice cream truck.
Oh no, it's Death's Whistle from the new Puss in Boots movie. Which I love the way they portrayed death in that movie, and so that whistle has always stuck to me as like something that it's in a slight minor key with a little bit of echo. And so it has that effect where it will make the hair on the back of your neck stand up.
Almost like that's the point or something.
Yeah, almost as if, right? It's sound engineering and shit.
Meanwhile, this is just like, ice cream.
Ice
Can we
cream.
talk about the fact
Fragile
that
infrastructure.
after every session, our favorite memories, at least one person mentions Aura's misfortunes at every single session so far?
It happens, but you also make them really fun.
Hey,
It's
you
not
know
like you're
what?
like, oh, I ate
It
shit
could
and
be
was sad.
worse. The memorable moments could be you getting fucking traumatized.
Oh yeah, that was a theme for a minute, unfortunately.
So, misfortune, trauma.
But yeah, so I liked everything. Everything went really well. I had to ad-lib a little bit of it to kind of keep you guys engaged and give you guys a little bit something different to chew on for a minute. But I'm glad you all really enjoyed it. I'm glad you're all being here. And if those of you who are listening haven't followed these wonderful people yet, what the fuck are you doing with your life? Go ahead and follow them, see what they're up to, give them a little bit of love here and there, and of course, come back and join us every Friday and Saturday for some more D&D shenanigans. For tomorrow, we have Siege of Etheria, which has become our Monty Python campaign, where I'm going to be introducing a new weapon for them to use, which is going to be hilarious.
Please let it be the Jabberwocky.
No.
Jabberwocky.
That's a good idea, but not yet. It's a good idea, it's not yet.
You need to
I
give
have a
one
better
of
one.
them. No, you need to give one of them the Wabbajack from Skyrim, so that every time they hit something, it turns into you roll a D100 on like the wild magic dice, and that's what it does.
Listen, that is on my list. It's a good idea. I'm gonna put it in there at some point or another. It's just right now, it's just not something that is on the table, because the one I'm currently planning to put in is a lot funnier. But of course. Oh God! Why my ears? You fucking voice mod piece of shit! Out of my fucking brain. Ugh. Voice mod
And
just
all I
went.
had to do to be here was just to lie and not stay after work.
Fair enough. And so, at this point, guys, thank you all for being here. We're going to raid out to... I don't know, who the fuck's staying on? Is one of y'all staying on Rexus/Stealth?
Are you staying on still?
No, I'm gonna go like chill with a buddy I haven't talked to in a while, but I'm gonna get off.
Okay.
Fair.
Rexus, are you gonna do
Starfield? Or
Starfield?
something, home slice?
Probably Starfield, unless I find somebody to play games with.
Fair enough.
Have you ever played a game called Space Station 13?
Oh, dear God. Here we go. He's gonna get started.
Daily reminder that Simba fucked his sister.
Oh my God.
It's his cousin, and also shut the fuck up. Anyway.
Nope, it's his sister.
All right,
No,
we're cutting the
it's not
feed
his
here.
sister.
Thank you all for being here. We're gonna raid out to Rexus. Thank you for stopping in and making this a wonderful time. It wouldn't be the same without any of you. We're gonna send out some music with you, and we're gonna get you the hell out of here. Bye bye, everybody.